first. We'll go from there. I basically have saved a booth for us all to sit in.
Well, if that's the case, then Edison will head down, of course, fetching himself some water from behind the bar, and bringing over a tray of it, just some glasses of water as well towards the booth that Daniel is at before sitting down across from him.
Good morning. Did you sleep all right?
Slept better in the past, I'll be honest, but could have been worse.
Is this your first time? Is this your first time losing someone like this?
Well, depends on how we define losing someone. Death, yes, but it's not my first time losing others.
I'm sorry. I should have seen something like this coming.
Look, it's not your fault. I let my anger get in the way of it, and like it's done in the past, my nature has cost loss. Whether it's, whether it gets undone in a few days or not, or whenever we're able to find someone to potentially bring her back, that's to be decided. But it's not your fault for not seeing it. I still hold myself accountable.
It's not wholly your fault either. Those cult members would have killed us no matter the situation.
Maybe so, but had I just taken a moment to fucking feed her that potion I had, I'm gonna be honest, she would have been fine. But instead, what did I do? I decided to prioritize beating the fuck out of someone else.
Sheldon just now walks in, hearing the potion being mentioned. My friend. Even if you had attacked, if we just had a few seconds more, I would have been able to heal her.
Sometimes that's just how things go. But, that being said, there is something I wanted to talk to you about as well, which you mentioned yesterday before you went off and made whatever deal you made. I think we're all under a different impression of who this benefactor is. Is this someone we need to worry about?
I don't think any of you will ever have to worry about him. Me, I will. But when that day comes, and I have to worry about him, I will go kicking and screaming. I'm not going willingly.
Question out of character. Was it mentioned what you paid?
No.
He never told
Okay. Just making sure.
I won't ask what you traded for to bring her back. I can only assume that it's deeply personal to yourself, so I doubt you would do anything to jeopardize the group. Just understand that if you ever want help, I'm willing to lend you my sword. You will always have someone by your side to fight for you.
Well, if the time ever comes where I truly do feel like I'm in over my head, I will take you up on that. And with that, Edward's just gonna fucking turn attention to drinking his fucking water.
Where's that damn kobold? We need to talk strategy.
I'm not down. I'm not coming down.
Not coming down at all.
He's still pouting.
I'm still up in my room.
Oh, I guess he's still asleep.
After
I
about,
better go
5
looking for him.
minutes.
I'll go up with you.
So we'll go up to Sketchy. We'll go to Pilot's room.
Okay.
Just muffled through the door, just hear, I still see your shadows in my
Oh god, he's listening to Juice WRLD. He's really depressed. Fuck.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Familiar faces.
As we approach the room, you just...
Okay.
Pilot.
You're No, I'm not gonna reply.
You hear nothing.
Come on. We don't have time for this. I got a
I'm
top
gonna-
strategy.
Okay, I'm gonna come just answering the door. I'm just gonna open it a crack. You just.
Yeah.
Listen, I know yesterday was hard, but we've got to keep moving. Zelia's coming back. We need to figure out our next steps.
Yeah. I suppose you're probably right.
Just come
Okay.
downstairs to get something to eat.
Not very hungry.
I'll get something
You
anyways.
guys go on. I'm gonna stay here.
Can't be staying in our rooms all day. We have shit to do.
You guys go on without me. Yeah, I'm just like the door is still sort of like half open.
I picture his eyes are
you
very
know what?
bloodshot right now. So
Very, very bloodshot.
I
2 seconds, sorry guys.
take my quarterstaff, seeing
Bonk him on the head.
because I assume that he's gonna try and close the door, and I preemptively like nudge my quarterstaff like between the door. You
Poor little pilot.
pilot. I know.
Yeah, he's
I
on here
know.
currently.
I know. I'm just gonna RP it already. Oh wait, he's fucking fully muted.
Alright.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
he's fully. Yeah, he's
like,
fully. Yeah.
family shit. I'll take his place. Go ahead.
I know it's rough losing Zelia, but as the others mentioned, she's coming back. We can't sit idly here and just wait for her to come back. We are still cursed. We
Yeah.
only have 82 days remaining.
Checks watch.
We
Checks
pulls out a
watch,
whole
smacks lips.
pulls out an entire calendar.
He has a giant. I picture that's the one thing Sheldon keeps on him, a giant book, so he can keep track of the days.
Oh, it is Slurns Day.
we gotta keep moving, especially with that convoy that we know about. Plus, we don't know what he called us up to. Anything we can do to get rid of this curse, and, you know, get this curse off Zelia as well. We gotta keep moving.
Do you think I even care about that? No. Out of all of us, we're all pieces of shit, but not her. She was nice. And you could, and he has like a flower in his hand. She actually cares. She hugs, and she's the one who dies. Why couldn't it have been Edison?
Hi.
It's funny, I was thinking the exact same thing.
That's not a way to talk about your friends.
I'm not saying I want any of us dead. I'm just saying, out of all of us, it had to be her. It's not fair. I don't give a shit about the cult. Someone should keep an eye on her so she doesn't get worse.
Life isn't
Okay.
fair. We have no choice but to keep going despite all of these hardships.
Okay.
The only
I
way
have
that
an-
we can keep
oh.
the only way that we can keep moving forward is by reminding ourselves of what we've lost and what we still have yet to gain. Zelia is coming back, and yes, she's probably not doing so great right now, but we can only assume that from here on out, things are gonna get better as long as we keep fighting. Giving up
Oh.
now just tarnishes everything that tarnishes everything that she's done for us thus far.
As you're talking, you hear the nudging of the door against the wooden quarterstaff. As he's trying to push it closed without you noticing, and you just hear thud, thud, thud.
Pilot, come on. I see what you're trying to do, but no, I will not remove my quarterstaff.
It's not me. It's the door. It's loose. It's trying to swing closed on its own because I don't have the strength to keep it open.
Sure. Alright, I see two options here. Either we keep moving and leave Zelia with Edison's mother in the safety here in the inn, or we go and try and find Loidian, since we know that he's somewhere here in Alacara. I think he might be able to keep an eye on her. we can't bring Zelia with us through the city, so we'll have to look for him first, and then bring her. Those are the two options that I see.
Or a third option where you yank me away from her, kicking and screaming. He doesn't really mean that. He's kind of saying that like looking around, not looking at you guys, because he knows he can't win in a one-on-one. So, fine. Would you get your staff out of the way? I'll grab by the mech.
All right, and I just pick up the quarterstaff, place it back on my bag.
He slams the door closed. Imagine if I was lying right there, I could just lock you guys out. And his voice gets
I want shape. I want shape.
You know what? I'm joking! You hear his voice getting more and more distant, and then after a moment you hear and louder, heavy footsteps open the door, and now Spaztok comes out, so... Fine, I'm with you guys, but I'm gonna be a little bitch about it.
Wouldn't expect anything different.
As long as we're on
Thrilled.
the same page. Alright, let's go. We're just gonna shit on him now. It's okay for walking away. Your character's in my hands now. Alright, so you go back downstairs. The four of you are together right now.
Alright, well, so we have some time before the caravan leaves. Sheldon, you mentioned Loidian might be here and he might be able to bring Zelia back without the need for Edison's deal that he made. You think it's possible we could find him that easily?
I'm not entirely sure if he can. I just know that he is quite good with nature's magic, but I'm not entirely sure if he can bring someone back from the dead. I just know that he's really good at healing.
Well,
It might be worth a shot anyway.
if we can get our Jesus Christ, if we can get her back faster, that'll be ideal. However, I think spending the entire day just all of us looking for Loidian might be wasted. There's a few things I still want to do here in Alucara while we're here. But while I'm thinking about it, before we do leave, something needs to be addressed.
And King, this is where I need you to kind of help me here, because we were attacked by the cult last session. I did not get the context behind that. Does the cult now know that I've betrayed them?
No. So
No one made it out alive.
So what happened was, yes, Anastasia was the one sent, but she said she was told by the cult that they're sending this squad after the people that have been interfering. They know there's a group coming after them, meaning you guys. They didn't know who it was. Then when she found you, she realized who it was. But because you killed her and all of them, no one can report back who you are. They just know there's a group of adventurers getting in the way.
Got it. Okay.
So
That's
currently,
interesting.
your cover has yet to been blown.
Got it.
So, does this mean Spaztok and I are still under the, which means they're still not under suspicion of us. That being said, we can't allow anybody else to come with us, because if they find out any of you are still alive, they're gonna know for sure something's up, especially you, Edison.
Yes. Yes, you're right. Shit.
So we have a choice. We could either send Spaztok in there, we could either send Spaztok and I in there, and follow them from the inside while the rest of you try to follow from the outside. Or we could all keep ourselves as a group so we're not split apart, and stealthily follow them from the outside and ambush them when it comes time.
I think our best course of action, considering we are now down a member, would be to stick together.
If we're able to bring Zelia back, do you think it would be a good idea to? Do you think it would be a good idea to have her have us split then?
I personally
Assuming-
would. Only based on the idea that, if we're able to split, that means that we'll have at least two people capable of helping out when someone's injured. when necessary, on either the outside or the inside, without too much trouble. But if we're just relying on one person who can potentially heal in some potions, then we might find ourselves on the short end of the stick.
Spastak's not able to heal, is he?
He's
I
talking
don't
about
think so.
Sheldon, and that he means Sheldon and potions.
Yeah, Sheldon and Zelia are our only real healing options.
Yeah, Spastok
Right,
can only
which-
give himself more health. I don't think he can give that
Okay.
to anyone else, so he has no healing.
Yeah.
I think I misunderstood what you were saying then, because it sounded like you said if we split up and we had Zelia, that means like somebody would be able to heal like on the inside.
And then one person would be able to heal on the outside as
Well,
well.
no, that's the thing. Like that means Sheldon would have to come with us, and then they would recognize him immediately. Well, maybe nobody else would, but Cyanrath definitely would.
If he's there, yeah.
Yeah, that
Well,
is
I can only assume he's there because he's Talus's bodyguard, and I don't want to take that. I mean, at the end of the
That's
day,
the risk you'd have to take, yeah.
Either way, if we do split, it has to be just Spastok and I, since we're the only ones who are in good graces with the cult, and we can't risk any of you being recognized. So, let's just hope that if we can get Zelia back, it might be better for us to split like you said, and this way you can get the Knights of Justice to follow us. And we can figure out what to do once we find their true hideout.
All right then. If that's the case, then I guess the only way that we can really manage this, then you said you've got business in the city, right?
Few things I want to take care of. Nothing too major, but if you guys want to look for Loidian while I do that.
Yes. Well, we'll go look for Loidian, and whilst doing that, I'll go ahead and hit up the Knights of Justice outpost that they got in the city, and I'll pass on any information that I collected yesterday.
Sounds good.
So what are we gonna do now? Put our hands in a fucking circle and 1, 2, 3 break, or do we just leave?
Jeez, I've never been one for that kind of talk.
And with that, like, Edison's gonna be like, all right then. And then he's just gonna get up and like, begin to head towards the door.
He just scoots back the chair and walks away.
Seeing Edison walk away. I know I might sound like the hippie out of all of you, but not even I do that bullshit.
Pilot, you head off with Sheldon. If anything happens, you can at least protect him.
I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder and just go, well, it's a silver lining. At least you're self-aware.
Burn?
No, not a burn, not a burn, not a burn, not a burn. I'm just saying,
I
well,
think-
at
I
least
think you're a
you're
kiss.
self-aware hippie, maybe?
Self-aware hippie.
Hippies are self-aware.
all right. All
right.
right. Well,
So who's
Set up.
going where? Help me out here.
All right. So
who wants to go first?
Yeah, who wants to go first? How about that?
So the plan that's currently been laid out for Team A, which is Sheldon, Spastok, and I, is we're going to kind of do our best to search around for Loidian whilst heading in the direction of the Knights of Justice outpost,
Okay.
where I'm going to give them any of the information I learned yesterday after torturing someone.
Right, okay.
Oh, yeah, that happened.
Yeah, I did torture someone, and I got inspiration for it, so that's a win.
Well, how you not the torture got you the inspiration. Your
Oh,
performance
okay.
as your anger got you the inspiration. For the record,
Gotcha,
I
gotcha.
don't award inspiration for clever torture tactics.
I mean, it worked.
It's the role play.
That it did. That it did. You tell
and
him, Kieran.
then Daniel's got his own stuff that he's handling in the city that he said wouldn't take him too long, but I get the feeling he's lying to
We'll
us.
see.
He's going to be out all day.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
All right, you guys tell me who goes first.
We'll let Daniel go first, because
So we'll go to my first stop. First and foremost, we'll go to Alakara's main library.
Okay. Heading to the library. Let me pull up my fancy notes. So, yeah, Spark Street Library. That's the most popular one. It's in the Resplendent District. I will find my paragraph. Here we go. All right. So, yeah, Daniel first. So, you traverse through the city. getting by all the noisy crowds and bumbling horses and carriages, and eventually you find it. The library is made of white marble with gray designs. Large stone pillars support the structure on all sides. As you head inside, you notice the building is very quiet. Only the sound of boots on marble lightly echo in the background. There's some smooth carpeting, marble desks. Towards the back of the hall that you enter through, you see a vast array of shelving units on 3 floors of tomes. A small elderly man sits behind a short marble desk reading some documents in front of him. The sign on the desk, like as a nameplate, and it reads Jeremiah on it.
Okay. Before I would have arrived into the building, I would have cast Disguise Self on myself and to change Daniel's appearance to look more normal. You know,
Okay.
a guy walking in with bandages and all that sort of stuff, carrying a sword may not bode well for this sort of area.
That's fair. All right,
As I
you're disguised, and Sketchy, thank you for the 26 months.
as I step in, you know, I take like a deep breath in with my nose, just
It's good to be back.
and I'll walk up to the front desk.
All right. The old guy, he looks up at you.
Hello, sir. Can I help you with something?
Yes, actually, I am curious if you have any books regarding the cult of the dragon or any historical documents back of that time period.
Cult of the Dragon, you say? Well, let me take a look.
And instead of pulling out paperwork, you notice he has this, like, stone little... It's, like, literally made of stone. It's like a stone tablet in front of him. But as he waves his hand over it, it lights up purple, and, like, it almost... I'm just gonna say, it's like a purple screen that pops up, and he's able to, like, punch in weird symbols, and he starts flipping through, like, sentences, it looks like.
Let's see here. See for cults. Cult of Blazing Destruction. Cult of the Black Circle. Cult of the Obsidian
Understood that
Dream.
reference.
What?
I understood that reference.
Yeah.
Yes, here we go. Cult of the Dragon. It appears we have 2 options currently. Would you like the then or the now option? They come from time periods.
The then option.
Right away. I will have that put in, and a porter will be up to bring it to you in about 3 minutes.
Thank you very much.
A pleasure. Anything else I can get for you?
What about any information on the chromatic dragon masks?
Ooh, let us see.
He types those symbols in.
I'm afraid I only have a simple post here. A single scripture speaking how they are used in a ritual to summon dragons. No one really knows the extent of their power, but there are 5 of them in total, each representing one of the 5 types of chromatic dragons. I'm afraid that's all the information we have on them at this time, though.
I see. Well, that's alright then. I'll wait for the book on the cults. Thank you.
But of course, if you just have a seat over there, he'll be right out.
All right, and I will sit down.
Okay.
That tablet he brought out, is that like a newish thing, like something I'm not familiar with?
Correctamundo. You haven't seen something.
As I kind of
Apple products.
Yeah, as I'm kind of like sitting down, crossing my legs and folding my arms, I think to myself, is like,
This place has gotten advanced since the last time I've been here. Although I guess that's not surprising.
Some thick boots clicking on the marble. A halfling man quickly jogs out to you, and he holds the tome in front of you. All rentals are for 48 hours, otherwise we'll have to start charging.
Of course. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
A pleasure. And he
All right.
scurries on over. So now you have a book on the ancient times for the Cult of the Dragon.
cool. That will basically be something I do my research on for a bit of the day. However, before moving on over to those guys, now that I have the book, I'll put it in my bag, and then I will head to my next stop, which is going to be the local jeweler's shop.
Okay. So, yeah, you leave the library. You begin... It's going to take a little while to get there, but you are in the district for it, that's for sure. You begin to make your way. You notice all the posh-looking people, all rich and flamboyant and such, sneering as they talk about those lesser than them, as the way of the city goes. As you walk, you see a sign in the distance pointing you in the correct direction of the jeweler's shop, and because it's not something you typically would have visited in your time before. But you begin to make your way there. Eventually, though, you do hear a tired-sounding voice, and it seems to be directed towards you. "Excuse me, young man. I require some assistance," you hear from behind you.
Okay. I'll turn around and see who is addressing me.
Okay. You see this very frail-looking old man. He appears to be human. Liver spots are dotted all around his face. The skin on his neck is loose and wrinkled, but his white hair is still plentiful and neat, along with all his fancy-looking clothes. "I seem to have gotten myself lost, but you look really strong, like some kind of adventurer, and you have a kind face. Would you please be able to escort this old man through the Resplendent District to my house? I'm sure I could find my way home if we find the right street."
Of course. Whereabouts do you live?
That's the point. He doesn't know. He's lost.
I figured if he gave, like, you know, a street name or something, that could help me.
No, he said, because he says if you get him to, well, it's in the Resplendent District, but if he says if you can get him to the right street, he'll probably figure it out.
All right. Then at that point, yeah, I'll just kind of hold out my arm for him to take if he wants to. And then just start leading him through the Resplendent District.
Okay. Then, yeah, he willingly takes your arm as you lead him throughout the crowds. He, just, you know, he seems kind of happy, just walking along. There's some music. He, like, dances a little as he walks next to you, just past somebody playing. Lovely weather we're having in recent times, aren't we?
Yeah, it's been a while since we've had weather like this.
Indeed. But I do enjoy this city. It's a shame there are so many crooked people trying to one-up each other. But I try to use my wealth and knowledge to help people. I'm sure you might know something about that.
Oh no.
Whatever could you mean?
Oh, you know how it is. You see, I am a lawyer, or I at least used to be. I am trying to pass down my knowledge onto the next generation. But they like to take after all these other snoopity upperclassmen, just desiring wealth over actually helping people. In my day, it was a lawyer's duty to just save people in need and put the bad people away. Now it's all about how much you can charge for your services. It's truly distraughtful.
Indeed. How far someone's fallen.
Oh, that's not even the worst of it. We have been having a true tragic tale in my family. One of my sons, he's very dear to me, but he recently passed away, leaving so much of the family in the hands of his children. But we're managing as best as we can, though I fear the children aren't handling the situation that well.
I'm sure they'll figure it out.
Yeah, it would certainly be better. You see, one of my grandchildren, he's gone missing. I've missed him for a long time, and everyone else has been prepared to give up on him. Even his own brothers said they don't need him anymore. They can manage without him if he chose to leave. The rest of the family thinks he might be dead, but I know he's not. He's a strong man, stronger than any of us. I know he's still out there somewhere. What do you think? Do you think I'm full of it? Is my old manhood just taking advantage of me?
Daniel does not know what to say for a second. But after a second,
No, you have a lot of wisdom in you. And I think your family's very lucky to have someone like you in their lives. I know it's probably very hard to lose someone. And I can't imagine what they're all going through. But I believe you all have at least somewhat of a right idea. Maybe you don't need him perhaps, but it's good to still have that hope. And it's good to remember what he was there for and what he can inspire in all of you. Maybe say that to them the next time you see them.
Those are some wise words you spoke there, good sir. I appreciate that. I'll be sure to do so. And he'll just continue on with you for a while. You notice his hand on you tightens a little from time to time as he tries to steady himself. Although the way he walks, he seems like he doesn't, need your help. He's just he just took your hand to be kind, basically. Eventually, you get to the Raven Cross Street, and he perks up a little. Yes, I recognize those buildings. I believe my house, or I'm guilty to say my mansion, is about a half a block down. I think I can handle it from here, Sonny, as he, like, pats your shoulder. I do appreciate you guiding me home.
Of course, anytime. You stay safe now.
And you as well, kind sir. And he starts to walk off, and before he, like, gets too far away, he turns back. Oh, one last thing. And he, like, pauses for a moment, looking down. I don't know why you choose to travel the way you do, sir, but I feel I should impart some wisdom to ease your spirits.
All right.
I just want you to know, whenever the time is right, I'm sure we'll meet again, and you don't need to worry, because Valerie's doing just fine. Have a good day now. And he turns around and keeps on walking.
Bro knows.
God damn.
The jig is up.
You sly old man. Never change.
And with that, I will head back in the direction that I was originally going, back to the jeweler's shop.
All right. Then we will temporarily cut away from that to the other three, where you guys are.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry to ask this of you because I was away. Would you mind setting the scene at least for a few seconds?
Well, you're in the city.
Okay.
I don't know what to tell you exactly. You're with Sheldon and Edison, and you're traveling to the Knights of Justice, like, building that's in the city.
Okay, perfect.
And
that's
Daniel's
thank
off
you.
on his own, handling his own personal business, so...
Okay, no worries. Sorry about that, man.
No, that's fine. I didn't know how specific to get other than you're in the city or still.
No, you're all good. You're all good.
So the three of you, the turtle, the little man in the mech, and the man with the cast on his arm, sounds like a weird band. You eventually find the building you went to before, Edison. There's a very slim woman with a ponytail of blonde hair at the desk. There's a few soldiers next to her. She perks up. Ah, Knights of Justice headquarters. How may I help you?
Hi. My name's Edison Smith. I came here yesterday, looking for some aid, but I've actually come offering some information that might help you on your quest to deal with the cult of the dragon.
Ah, yes. I believe we did have some associates working in this city. You must be the ones who know Leosin. Please speak. She pulls out like a quill and ink and gets ready to write down whatever you have to say.
Start off, as you know, or you may not know, there are the 5 chromatic masks that are being looked for. The cult currently has about 3. They're still looking for the other 2. One of their, I don't know whether he's a leader. I believe it was. All I know is that they're relatively high up. A man named Varon is heading to the city of Parnast. I'm not sure where that is, but apparently there's one of the masks there.
Oh, we did not know that one. That is going to be very helpful. We'll start sending our scouts out to that city immediately.
While this is going on, Sheldon is just looking around so that he's a bit paranoid from all the shit that's been happening and Zelia dying. So he's basically looking around that he doesn't get jumped.
Who's in disguise now?
I also know that the leader, Severin, has found the Temple of Tiamat. I don't know where it is, but the fact that he's found it is very clearly a bad sign.
Oh, the Temple of Tiamat. This is disturbing knowledge indeed. Please keep going.
Don't forget the convoy.
I was just getting to that. Calm down. There's been a lot of shit that we've had to cover over the past few days. Okay, I'm getting to it. And then finally, there are a bunch of cultists in the city looking to move a convoy out towards the north to Castle Neatar? Neatir? I'm very
Castle
bad with...
Castle Neatar. That place has been abandoned for decades. They must have refurbished it for a base of operations.
Based on what I'm hearing, that is where the cult is going to be converging starting tomorrow. They're meant to be leaving the city walls and heading north towards that location. Whether it's just a stopping point or if it's something where they're dropping off their horde, because based on what we're aware of, that convoy is probably loaded with everything that they've stolen from villages and such that they pillaged along their way to get their recruits.
Sheldon basically turns, like, stops looking around and basically joins the conversation. Also, when I went to eavesdrop on them, they also mentioned that they were hiring mercenaries and that they were basically masquerading as bankers.
I see. And do you all intend to sign up as mercenaries and infiltrate this caravan?
Well, I know 2 of our members are, due to previous history with them. Someone a bit more obvious, like myself or the robot here, would not be a good choice, considering how glaring we are.
Indeed. Well, it's good to have some people on the inside. I don't know how many of our own we could get in there, but... And she looks at one of the guards, she... Call the pole, see if he can do it. Yes, ma'am.
Now I admittedly I came in yesterday asking about this, but I'm also very curious. But have you heard anything about Alexander Blazelight? Just currently trying to keep an eye out for him.
Blazelight. I have not received any word that he has returned from any of his outings, but I can take your name if you so wish and leave it for him.
Yes, just in case your co-worker didn't yesterday. It's Edison Smith, and the urgency of this is dire.
Forgive me for being so brash, but that name almost sounds fake. But you just must have one of those standard humanesque names.
Yes, you know how us humans are, very uninspired with our naming.
Indeed we are. Anyways, yes, I will leave that for Mr. Blazelight, should he ever return. For the record, that's not his real name anyway, he changed it. But,
Do you mind if I ask her what he changed it to?
Blazelight.
Oh, well, what did he change it from?
Nobody knows, he keeps that to himself. I mean, it's a human name, I'm sure, but...
Well, I do appreciate that. Yes, as soon as he finds his way back to the city, if you could potentially spare someone to potentially find us or send him yourself, that would be amazing. It's just what is needed of him is rather dire, to say the least. So yes, his support as quickly as possible would be amazing.
But of course, we'll get him to you as fast as we're able to. He's a very busy man, but when he returns, he'll be made aware. He loves to work.
And with that, Edison's just gonna give a polite curtsy bow before looking at the others to see if they want to bring up anything that I might not have.
Before we leave, has a elven man by the name of Loidian passed through here?
Loidian. Let me take a look at the documentation. Ah, here we go. She pulls out a piece of paper. Yes, we were visited by Loidian not too long ago. He was asking us about an old associate of ours from a very long time ago. I don't really know why he'd ask about a man from nearly 800 years, but he just wanted some information, which we gave to him. He was able to prove he was a kind-hearted man, and he just said he's been traveling through. He's a traveler. I don't even know. I would assume he's still in the city. He was here a couple days ago.
Do you know which way he headed out? We're kind of looking for him.
He said something about heading to the slums. Lords only know why he would go somewhere so dreary, but he said he wanted to help out, whatever that meant.
Oh man, I think I know what he's doing. Anyway, thank you for this information, and we'll be on our way.
Of course. Have a good day, and stay safe out there.
With that, like, Edison will once again bow before leading the group out, and then turning to Sheldon. So, your friend Loidian, he's meant to be... Well, I didn't mean to listen in, but the slums? Really? Like, what do you reckon he would be doing there?
It wouldn't surprise me if he set up a sort of medical practice.
Well, it's nice to know that there are still some good people out there who are kind-hearted and still alive. Yes, I think I should know the way. King, would I know the way to the slums potentially?
Oh yeah, they're just on the outskirts of the whole city, so...
Perfect. Then I will lead the way.
So you guys are gonna go to the slums?
Hell yeah!
Alright, so...
Trip.
the three of you travel. It's gonna take a little while. We're probably gonna go a good, like... You know, hour and a half or so, maybe a little more. It's a pretty wide city. But eventually...
Actually,
Huh?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I've just remembered. When we slept for the night, should I have removed my level of exhaustion?
Yes, you long rested, so that goes away.
Fantastic. Goodbye, exhaustion. Hello, no bags under my eyes.
Goodbye, Jojo.
Alright.
Dame.
Okay, anyways, we're gonna keep that moving along, because we're not gonna listen to him spaz out anymore. So,
We're gonna forget that happened.
So one district leads to another, and you notice the working conditions and just the look of the houses and the upkeep gets worse and worse the further you move out from the center of the city. As things start to get really bad, but there's still some like working housing and fires around, you know you need to go one step further to get to the homeless, slummy area. Eventually, you know, you pass through various alleyways across the streets. You notice there's less and less people, and the ones that you see, they're in like they go from royalty clothing to just average tunics to like almost like rags as you start to find yourself into the slums. As your group walks through an alleyway, it's just the three of you for a while. There's nobody sitting in the alley or anyway. A couple of garbage cans that smell really bad are nearby. But eventually, though, in a quick flash, an ornate dagger shoots right past your faces and hits the wall less than a hair's length away from whoever's in the front. It just shoots right into the wall. It sprouts yellow electric-looking energy around it before quickly disappearing from the wall it impacted again in a blue orb.
No fucking way. Is that what I think it is?
You hear some footsteps down the alleyway, and in the shadows you sense some sort of a presence.
This presence, you can make out so far only, due to the lighting conditions there, that it is a feminine figure. This figure is wearing a hood. You can see two little bumps at the top of the hood. But further than that, you can't really make out anything. And this figure then starts talking to you from the shadows. You guys don't pay enough attention. If I wanted to, these could have been your last breaths. I've been following you since you arrived in Elakara, and not one of you had the slightest idea. You like someone proficient in the shadows, and as fate wants it, I like people that can help me with taking what's inside of those caravans that you guys plan to attack. Help me get whatever's inside of them. You can keep whatever you're looking for. All I want is one of their books. And then out of this, she would then step out of these shadows, taking off her hood. And you would be able to make out her figure, seeing that this person is actually a tabaxi. I will send a picture in the D&D chat while we're at it. She is wearing a black belt type choker around.
No, it's fucking Kite! It's fucking Kite!
She is wearing a black belt type choker around her neck. Pretty baggy clothes. She's got a white top, black pants. Her hair is fully white, pretty messy looking, and it has like a small golden hairpin on the right side. Her eyes are two different colors. Her right eye is this bright blue, while the left eye is a more bright yellow. Yeah, and that's what you can make out then. And then she goes on further, saying, "Name's Kite, by the way." And then she pulls out her hand, puts her hand like in front of her, and through you guys, you would notice this little bird that I'm also sending a picture of in the group chat. You see this little, like, yellow, blue, white bird shoot through the group of you guys, landing on her arm. As it lands on her arm, which is, held out in front of her, her right ear twitches a tiny bit, and she says, "And this is clemency."
Well,
Now
I'm
then.
going to be honest, that's one hell of an introduction.
Next time, throw the bird at us instead of a knife. Christ, you could have just said it, okay? You didn't need to do that. You
I
nearly
would
killed
never
one of
throw
us.
her. She starts petting the bird, and she's like, "I would never throw him, please."
I'm going to be honest, I do kind of agree with the robot for once. The theatrics, lovely, but I'm going to be honest, you could have taken a bit of my hair off, and I've already lost enough on this fucking journey. I don't want to lose any more.
Oh, no, don't worry.
How hard it is to buff out this thing.
Do you guys actually expect me to not be able to know where I'm aiming my dagger at?
I'm going to be honest, you've been lurking in the shadows. I don't know what to expect.
I learnt your name
Perfect.
3 seconds ago.
Not yet, that as well. That's a fucking fantastic point. No way, I'm actually agreeing with you today? That's insane.
Shut up, I
Def-
hate you. Your wine stinks.
It's a real wonder if those two get along. It seems you're doing something right or wrong, depending on the context.
Now, before I even bother, deciding whether I trust you enough to bring you along on our little journey of sorts, I want to know outright, what kind of book are you looking for from this caravan?
If I tell you, let me join your group?
Transparency. It's very important.
Fair enough. And she puts her hand now down, and the bird flies on top of her right shoulder and just sits, rests there. To make it as simple as possible, my father is imprisoned. They're using this strong magic. I don't know how to get him out of there, and all I know is that in this book, that's supposedly in one of these caravans, if I'm lucky, because I've been searching for this for a fucking year. If I'm lucky, this book will be able to tell me how to get my father out of prison. There you go. That's basically it. Can I come along now?
There's a moment of silence where... Sorry, Sketchy, you go.
Was it tax evasion?
Can I roll insight on the story?
Sure.
Would I have to roll a perception for that then against that? Or...
You roll deception if you want to lie.
Oh yeah, deception, but I don't know to speak. Alright, well, I'll tell... Do I say out loud what I rolled?
No, deception. The deception roll you tell me, just me. The
Yes.
insight you can say to everybody, Reno.
The insight is 12.
Okay. Then based on what she has said, you believe her. There doesn't seem to be any underlying, her hiding something. That seems to be the truth.
And no,
Well-
it was not tax evasion.
We
Wasn't
always
it?
need to help a soul in need. Don't we,
I don't-
friends?
Edison's gonna take a few moments to think about it, but he's just gonna shrug and just continue walking with like a hand gesture indicate come on then, let's fucking go.
Okay, you
Well,
see
if
her
it
like...
wa- No,
Oh, sorry, you
carry
go,
on.
you go first, you go first, you go first.
Well, if it's not tax evasion, then we have nothing in common.
Don't mind him. He hit his head.
I'm gonna fold my arms, sort of go, look the other way.
Bro's
Alrighty.
insulted.
You can see her just do a little hop, like a little yippee hop, and she's like, "Thank you. This means a lot. I didn't catch any of your names."
Following us since we got an Alakara and has no idea what any of their names are.
Yeah, see, that's funny, but considering that we know yours, that is Spaztok, I say, pointing at the mech, who I'm partially scowling at now because of his remark about my wine. Fuck him, by the way.
My name is Backbane.
Yes, this is
That's my
Sheldon.
name. That's my name. Don't throw that shit around. You don't know who she is.
You're lucky I didn't give you her. You're lucky I didn't give her your fucking real name.
Okay.
And I am Edison Smith. It's lovely to make your acquaintance.
Equally so, and she holds out her hand to shake your hands, all three of you.
At the same time.
No, one by one.
She's
She's
part spider and has 3 right hands.
Just all 3 of you grab her like one hand.
Edison will shake it. Like, you know, he sees no issue with this. She only threw a dagger at him earlier. It's no biggie.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
He's had worse happen with his closer friends, so.
Exactly. Like, you know, she threw a knife at me. Spazcock made my wine smell like shit. Like, ultimately, I know who's done worse to me.
Interesting.
Okay, I'm gonna sort of like when I'm going to shake her hand, I like disgruntledly go to spit in my hand, but obviously because I'm a robot, nothing comes out, and then I just go and shake her hand, and then I whisper over to the others, I totally spit on the inside of my helmet.
No, he spits on the inside.
Oh, fucking hell. That's so funny.
Oh, it's everywhere.
Oh fuck!
Oh, it's on the fucking console.
I have to touch that.
Anybody got any vinegar and hot water? It's the best thing to wipe things off glass.
No. We're live. You stop, or you're not gonna be alive.
It's so good.
Oh, it's funny.
Okay, you have a new companion that wasn't just shoehorned in to make up for other events happening. Great.
I'm sorry. Am I missing something? Is this character from the other campaign?
Yeah.
Yes. This was my first character. That's
the
why.
reference. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why we went to Yay Kite.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, I'm not getting this reference.
Yeah, me neither.
In my notes, I've literally just got kite, cat girl, rogue.
Good enough. That's all you know about her anyway, so.
That's what I need to know.
Exactly.
All right, so over the course of those events happening, we're gonna head on back to the jewelry shop. Do I have a jewelry shop written down? I might have to. I have information on it. Anyways, so jewelry shop. Yeah, you walk up. It's not as big as you would think it is. It's just a small little brick building, but the sign says open on the front. So Daniel, you can head on in.
Yep, sounds good.
There's a male tiefling working hard in the back. It looks like he's almost shaping glass right now. I'll be right with you, as he is like molding something. He's starting to look like some kind of like fancy vase. You actually notice behind him there's like a small little wormling breathing fire at his hands while he sculpts this thing. Thank you, Bartholomew. Yes, you sir. How may I help you today?
Do you happen to keep any extra jeweler's tools on hand that I could purchase?
Oh, tools. Usually people just want fancy items made. Let's see if I have any new sets that we could sell. As I Google that.
He has signal?
No, he's not good.
Out here, he's got signal? Insane.
Insane.
You guys are the
Dumb
worst.
fucking bit. Such a fucking dumb bit, but I love it every time it's brought up.
He eventually comes out with like a little leather sack and places down. You hear jingling as there sounds like there's quite a few tools in there. Yep, I got a fresh set. Should help you craft various jewelry or even refine such pieces. It'll be 25 gold though for a new set.
Wonderful. I'm also looking to see if you have any kind of scrap metal in stock that I could take off your hands.
Not much. Let's see. Oh, I did recently help a fellow design a very small model boat, and he pulls out like one moderately thick sheet of metal and slams that down. That I'll just throw on top of the 25 for free. So.
What is it? What is the metal?
It's a sheet of iron.
I shall be right back. I'm just heading to the toilet real quick.
Yes, sir.
Forbidden.
right, I have a couple of. I'll take out some of the. Well, hold on. How do I do this? You said 25 gold, right?
Yes.
Let me. Sorry, I'm looking at my jeweler's tool stuff to see if I'm understanding correctly. Oh, where is? Oh, this is gonna be an ass, isn't it?
Ass.
The answer is this. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'll pay the 25 gold for both of those. Actually.
All right, that'll be 25 schmeckles now. Thank you. I'm just kidding. All right. 25 gold. He will take that, and you get the sheet of iron and the little pouch with the jeweler's tools in it.
Okay.
Do you have any other gemstones in stock?
Depends on what you were looking for exactly. Anything specific? Normally, most things I get are just requests to be built from, people bring me the jewels and I build them into things for people.
Right. Probably should have thought about this before I got here, but you know, that's just not what happened.
Nope.
Let's go with that. What am I wanting?
Bro forgot his schmeckles.
Bro forgot his schmeckles.
Was not ready for that one.
What, schmeckles?
Yeah, no, it just made me laugh and I was drinking.
Oh, okay, right.
Do you have any rose quartz? Or
Let's see if I can something else that have this.
or any topaz?
What's a topaz? Let me see here. Let us take a peek. Whew. Well, afraid no rose quartz, but I do have on standby 2 topazes.
Alright, how much would those cost?
500 each.
Right, that sounds about right. Well, that's fine then. Thank you for your time.
And I'll
Of course.
take the what I've gotten, head on out, and I think with that I will head back to my room in the tavern so I can get cracking on my research and get cracking on the stuff I want to do with the jeweler's tools.
Okay. You will head back there and get to researching with the book and other such things. Okay, and we go wander all the way back over to the slums, where the now 4 of you are.
Is Kieran or Reno back, or both is alive, guys?
I've got a beer, baby.
It's gonna be
Okay.
Got a fucking beer, boys.
Then on our way,
Charlie!
further through the slums, Kite would have, looked at Edison and been like, "Hey, by the way, catch!" And then she would throw you your gold pouch back.
Oh,
My
no.
fucking what?
Your gold pouch, all your money, your little pouch with all your gold. You should put that somewhere where it's not as easy to take. Just especially in areas like this.
I appreciate the caution. I'm going to be honest. The last time I was in these slums, well, not necessarily this area of it, but the last time I was on the streets itself, I didn't have to worry about that. So the fact that you've actively stolen from me, I'm going to be honest, is a bit of an ick, quite frankly. Don't do that again. Behave yourself.
Oh, I
Or-
won't, don't worry.
What the fuck do you mean you won't?
I won't steal it from you again. Why would I?
Oh, okay. I thought you meant you wouldn't behave, because then, if you've been watching us for so many days, you'll know that I'm pretty partial to putting holes in people.
Oh yeah, I've heard
He's
some
also
things.
he's also pretty partial to getting his money pouch stolen, as a matter of fact.
Well then,
I
Edison,
hate that.
I apologize for upsetting you. Just wanted to, make sure you're aware of the dangers. Especially, you said you've been around here before?
Well, not this part of the slums exactly, but there was a good few months where I was sleeping on the streets.
Oh, I can understand that. I hope it wasn't too bad for you.
It happens. Could have been worse. But, enough about me. We've got some important business to do. We're looking for Sheldon's friend. He's rumored to be around here somewhere. And if Sheldon knows him as well as he thinks he does, he's rumored to, like, potentially setting up, like, some kind of healthcare thing for the people in the slums, which, I'm going to be honest, as far as I've lived here, I've not really heard anything like that before, especially in this area.
Well, then it shouldn't be too hard to find, right? It should look out of place.
See, the thing is, if you're giving away stuff like that, you want to try and keep it as discreet as possible so authorities don't try and tear it down. At least that's what I would do. So we could be looking for something that either stands out like a sore thumb, or it could be as simple as literally someone hiding in a barrel and occasionally speaking healing words at people.
Well, I know someone who can help out with figuring out if there's anything sticking out as a sore thumb, and then you see the bird shoot up into the air, and you see Kite closing her eyes, and I would like to...
Alright, hang on, giant bird. Oh, that's not that big. There we go, giant bird.
Wait, what?
Sorry.
Holy
okay,
shit.
Whoa!
Tweet, mother truckers!
Yeah, so she will try to see through the stat block of an owl, by the way. I don't think I told you that. Whoopsie, sorry, King.
Now we
But she will
tell
try
us.
to... She will try to see through the familiar's eyes if she can find anything sticking out like a sore thumb that would look, you know, like a medicine shop or anything of the likes.
Sorry, I just really want to play with a token for a little bit, so...
That's okay.
Whoosh, whoosh. Okay, the bird goes flying. Clemency goes looking for something.
Did Discord do a thing there, or was everybody just really quiet?
Oh, it might have done it on your end, because I heard everyone put just fine.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I think it might have been because. Huh? No, I mean I was watching King stream and his was quiet too. I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
Alright. I don't know. Maybe you're just bad.
Probably, you know.
I'm just
Bad at
kidding.
kissing men.
Yeah, you're not a professional boys kisser like the rest of us. So.
Yeah!
I'm
Kissing
gonna-
men!
I'm gonna whisper
Sorry.
over to Kite. It's like, you know what would be funny and what would make me trust you?
She has no reaction as her eyes are still closed and there's no reaction coming from her.
You know what would be funny?
No reaction.
You know what I think would be really, really cool?
No reaction.
Hey Kite. Hey Kite.
Nothing.
You know what would be cool?
It's like poking her in the cheek at this point.
Hey, Kite. And this just keeps going while you guys undergo this.
I gotta hurry. I gotta keep
Yeah,
nearing.
can I try and look for the thing?
Yeah, bird looking around. You see a lot of like barrels with flames coming out of them. Like the ground here is nothing but dirt. There's not even like stone roads around. There's only a handful of buildings and they look destroyed and there's way too many people living in them. Most of the homes are just big tents. There's a lot of people on the street. A lot of them look sad. A lot of them look sick. A couple kids play with toys that are made of like bottles and cans. Eventually, though, you do see this one tent. It has a tarp over it. It seems quite large, and there's a constant flow of like people going in and out. The minute someone walks out, another one walks in, and there's a pretty long line. You've noticed this at another area, but there they come out with food. At this place, nobody comes out with anything.
Okay. Then, after seeing that and nothing else, she will open her eyes
And see a
do a little
giant
bit-
mech in her face.
Hey, Kite! Hey, Kite!
Wait, is Sketchy, are you actually like in front of her? Or like, where would you be positioned?
At this point, I think he'd just be in front of you.
Okay. So
just,
she
like, trying
opens
to-
her eyes. She peeps in, like her eyes go open. She's like, and then like she sees the like giant robot in front of her. She takes like 2 steps back, like almost like ready to fight, with her dagger suddenly in one hand, and before noticing that this is Sketchy or Spaz. And she's like, "Don't do that again. What? Why are you looking at me?"
Did he walk away again?
No.
No, sorry. Do you hear me now? Sorry.
Yeah.
I think
Yes,
my
we can
mic
hear you
buzzed. Oh, okay. You're not listening to me. Okay. Well, I guess I was just warning you about the dangers of being snuck up on. It's not very fucking nice, is it?
Yeah.
She just starts like she goes back and like standing up, putting her dagger away, smiles, and she's just like, "Fair point. Okay, cool." Anyways, I've seen a potential thing. I've seen 2 tents. One of them has people constantly going in and out. One of them has them leaving with food. The other one with nothing. I assume we go to the one where people are going in and out and leaving with nothing, because that sounds like the most obvious thing to go to right now, and we have nothing else to go off on anyways.
You know what? I think that might actually be our best bet. Could you lead the way, please?
Of course. And then she'd lead the way towards that little the little tent.
Okay.
Or the large tent, rather.
It takes you like 10 minutes or so to walk over there, but eventually, yeah, you see there's a line of a good like 15 or so people of various size and shapes. One by one, they are let in and out by a very strong, burly-looking Goliath. It's not Bjorn, don't worry. He's a young-looking guy.
It's Vicinity. All right.
You do notice, though, that this this Goliath only has one arm, as he's gesturing people in and out, but he still looks totally capable of kicking ass if he had to. So,
Fucking kidding me? No, wait, no. It's been far too long. There's no way this bro also got cursed and lived a fucking 800 plus years. There's no fucking way.
Everyone lived 800 years.
Everyone lived 800 years.
all the characters are just still in it.
Duncan's gonna be out there somewhere.
Next thing we know, Arthur Pilskin shows up.
This is the tent. Go and do your business. I'll be right with you.
Okay then. And with that, Edison is going to, like, you know, he's gonna make it seem like he's here to get checked out, like, because considering, like, you know, the cast, and he's just, like, you know, gonna join the queue.
So you're gonna get in line?
Yeah, based on the fact that it seems to be moving relatively quickly, like, considering people are, like, going in and out at all times, I can assume it's going relatively fast despite how long the line is.
It takes, you know, a few minutes in between people, but yeah, it won't take forever.
We're at the medical tent in the slums?
We assume it's the medical tent.
We assume it's the medical tent.
Okay.
We don't know. It's just a tent where people go in and out without, like, you know, it's just people going in, people going out. And I don't think if we notice anything changing between them going in and out. I don't think we did so far.
Not currently. Guess we'll notice once we get closer to the front of the line.
So who's
Nobody's
getting
got,
in
like,
line?
A cast or anything, or like no one's.
You do notice, well, now that you're closer, you do notice, like, a guy walks in with, like, a limp, and then when he walks out, although he's still limping, it looks to be not as severe. Then a little boy goes in with a large cough, and as he comes out, he seems happier, and he's holding, like, a little bottle in his hands as he walks away.
Okay.
It's a couple minutes in between each person, but eventually, it does get to, I mean, who's all in line, I should ask, so.
He's in line, I'll stand next to him.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll, like, all be in the line next to one another, I guess.
It is
Yeah.
my carers. They make sure I can wipe my ass properly.
Eventually, as you get up, the scarred up Goliath holds out his one hand. All of you, hold on, one at a time. We got enough We don't have enough beds anymore.
Sorry, did you say beds?
Yeah, that's what you're here for, right?
I'm going to be honest. I was looking for
A treatment for chlamydia.
Oh my god.
not that, thankfully. I was looking to see what this tent offered. Because I see people going in and out all the time, and you know, I'm seeing people go in and come out with, like, you know, whatever ailments afflicting them, seeming to be lesser than they were or gone entirely. And as you can see, I've got my own problem that might need fixing.
I came here to potentially help out. I have some medical experience, and I thought that this was a medical tent.
Then you must know the secret password.
Everywhere with a fucking secret password. Look, I'm going to be honest with you, good sir. I don't know the vocal password, but my favorite password in the industry is usually about 3 gold.
Oh my god.
You're buying yourself in. Oh.
He draws the sword on his back. We don't take kindly to people trying to invade. This city leaves these poor people with nothing already. My boss is doing a kind service, and we're not going to take infiltrators like you lightly.
Well,
Sir. Sure, boss named Loidian by any chance?
He points the sword directly in your face. It matters not what his name is. You, trespassers, have no right being here if you wish to gain favor with the king.
Sir, I do not mean to intrude, but if his name is Loidian, tell him Sheldon is outside.
He bites his lip and like whistles, and out comes like a very strong looking half orc. What's going on here? Talk to the boss. Give him the name Sheldon. See if it rings any bells. And if not, looks like we're having turtle soup for dinner.
Nah.
On it.
I would just like to say that we had no intention of invading. We were just looking for answers, and again, I was personally just looking for some aid.
And it's my job here to protect the boss. As he shows off his stump, he stopped me from bleeding out on the fields of battle. So now I owe my life to him. He does a lot of good for the poor in this city. Something the theocracy and such wouldn't do anything for them. The king has no favor with people like these. Look at them all. Sad and weak. Someone has to look out for them. And that's what the boss does.
And I agree with you wholeheartedly. Admittedly, I wasn't on the streets as long as half these people. But I've had my fair share. I know that what they're going through is fucking awful. And if I had the money, I would happily go around and give everyone enough to fucking treat themselves for a good few fucking months or get themselves back on their feet. But all I wanted to do was just potentially get some aid and learn a bit so I could potentially, spread the word further down the line, maybe to people who are outside the city who need aid. That is all. If I meant to hurt you, I would have done, but I mean no harm. I'm just here to help and be helped.
Hopefully your words hold weight. We'll see when the boss gets it. Where the heck is he? Sheldon, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Whoa, what? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, a 10.
Oh.
Okay, so you're gonna get knocked prone as you hear in the distance, sneak attack! And Loidian shoots out of nowhere, jumps on your back, and knocks you over. Sheldon, I can't believe you're really here!
Glad you're okay too.
He's got like a stranglehold on your neck as he's hugging you. Your shell is getting big. I can barely get my arms around you. And he stands up. He's like, "What are you doing on the floor? Pick yourself up, man."
I get back up.
I'm glad you're okay too.
I'm glad you're okay too, my boy. He's got like a big smile on his face. His hair seems shorter. It seems like he cut a lot of it off. You notice one of his ears is actually like, because they're, he's elven. They were pointy. One of them was actually, it looks like it was singed off on the end from the fire. But otherwise, he looks like himself. After that fire, I looked aimlessly for you, but I couldn't find you. And then I saw a butterfly, and I followed it. Far, far into the woods. I thought maybe it was a sign from you, but I was wrong. It wasn't you. It did lead me to some turtles, but they weren't like you. No, they were different. They were regular turtles. But you wouldn't believe it. Then I stumbled, and I found that Goliath. He was bleeding out, dying, I tell you. Boss, calm down. I'm not done yet. And then you see, I healed him, and he was good, and he was grateful, so he protected me as we fought through the forest. I mean, I didn't really do any fighting, because, I'm terrible in a fight. But he was like, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And then all the wolves that attacked us died. And then we came here. And I was going to come here for a little bit and see if you were in the city. But then I got distracted seeing all these injured people. And I realized, hey, what do I know how to do? I know how to heal because I taught you how to do that. So then I started healing these people. And I think I've been here for months. I'm not quite sure.
Edison.
That sounds like you.
I'm absolutely
sweating.
Love this energy.
I'm sweating right now.
That's good. That's good.
Are we? I'm gonna whisper over to Edison. Are we being attacked?
No,
this
I don't feel threatened. I think we're in the clear.
So is this the guy you've been looking for?
Yep,
Apparently so.
that's the man that raised me.
Oh, yes, my apologies. And he bows like really fast and really low to each of you one by one. My name is Loidian. I am the one who created Sheldon, basically. I mean, he was born a regular turtle, don't get me wrong. I didn't birth a turtle or anything like that. But then he fell into my magic potion and boom, he's now like a turtle. But he's not actually, he's still a regular turtle. I mean, look at that hair. What turtle has hair? It's crazy, isn't it? But he's really a good boy. And you must be his companions. It's nice to meet you. And he starts shaking your hands like really quickly.
Alright, this one here is Edison. The metal contraption is Pastok, and this person is Kite, who we only recently met. But we kind of came to you in the hopes that you might be able to help us with one of our other companions who met a unfortunate, how do I say this, fate.
Yes, death is very bad. Tell me, is this thing living or what? He's sitting on top of Spaztok before you even realize. And he's checking out like your gears and stuff. This is incredible craftsmanship. I haven't seen a suit of like this in ages. Hello, and he gets like right in your eye. Is anyone in there, or are you sentient?
If I move, it won't hurt me.
I don't know. I think its ear receptors are bad. Just kidding. And then he hops down in front of the tabaxi. My fair lady, you are simply stunning. I love the whole thief getup you have going on here. Did I see a bird earlier? Was that your bird? Are you magical?
Slow down a tiny bit.
Sorry.
Get used to
And
it.
he's scratching one of your big cat-like ears. Wow, these are really nice ears. You can tell the quality of the
See,
tabaxi
like-
by the ears.
Yeah, she like as he like starts touching them, she like very quickly step out of the way and she's like, no touching.
Oh,
please."
my bad. Sorry, I get a little ahead of myself. Anyway, you said someone died? What happened?
Edison, you explain it.
Well, long story short, in the tavern that I work in, a friend of ours we were ambushed, and our friend was slain in combat. And we are looking for any and every way to try and bring her back in her original state.
Well, do you have a corpse here? If she's dead in a minute, I can cast Revivify. Make it snappy.
It's been a day.
Ooh. And he claps his hand together a couple times. Right. Death for a day. Death for a day. Well, have you tried talking to a cleric?
We reached out to a Knight of Justice. No hope there. Well, mostly due to the fact that the one who would be capable of helping us is currently out of the city, which is very unfortunate. Reached out to the holy people at the nearby temple. They were unfortunately unable to aid us, and they just pointed us in the direction of that cleric. I don't know any bards or like those fucking spellcasters who use tails and such. So our pickings have been very fine on who we can actually rely on, because I've got a scroll for a spell that can bring her back. I just don't have the means to.
Scroll, you say? What kind of scroll do you have in your possession, if I may do so incline?
It is a scroll of resurrection.
Ooh, resurrection. Yes. Very powerful spell. And because it's a spell scroll, you don't have to pay any money for it to use said spell. However, you take a gamble if you have someone of a weaker magical state. I'd be happy to give it a try, but I'm not that strong in terms of raising the dead and such. I am definitely a healer by far in trade, but I'm good at dealing with the people that still have their souls in their bodies, if you catch my drift.
Of course. It's just we're kind of desperate. This person, we hadn't known them long, but it was still a pretty heavy loss. So any support that we can get to bring her back would be amazing.
Well, yes, let's see. Resurrection, very good spell, but you need someone of, like, holy, radiant energy to be able to do that. I myself am a man of nature. Nature isn't really so much about reviving what is dead, but instead taking what is dead and using it to create new life. And I doubt you want to reincarnate your friend. No, that would be a very bad idea. I'd definitely say so. For what it's worth, if you were to bring me her body, or bring me to said body, I would very be much inclined to cast a spell that I have actually
been one of the inventors of. Believe it or not. Not that I will get credit for it ever, because I'm pretty sure other people invented it too, but I didn't have any help mastering this.
Can I cut him off?
If you want to.
I'm gonna hop out of Faztalk. I'm gonna just walk over, and I want to just sort of grab him by like as high up on the leg as I can reach, and just with like a tear in the set corner of my eye, I'm gonna just say, "Please, do what you can."
He instantly calms down, and his like hair's like in his face. He pushes it back. You're a kobold. Very fascinating. And he like pats the top of your head. There, sir, good sir. Well, let's see. I do have a spell that can basically stop a body from decomposing. I can't bring her back per se, but I could keep her in a held purificated state where her body will remain the same for about 10 years or so. It won't decompose or anything like that, and it'd be incredibly hard to injure said body. So if it fell, no joke intended, if your friend fell off a wagon or something and you had to pick the body back up, they'd be fine then too. It's just a state to keep them in, so you have plenty of time to work with to find someone or the means to bring them back to life. I can't bring them back to life, but I can at least put them in a state where you don't have to, even if it takes a while, you could still bring them back into a body, because certain spells, they don't even repair the body. That's a problem.
Yes, that is, okay, that'll be fine. I would like to just ask, though, if possible, in your experience of being in the city and helping people, have you potentially met anyone who would be able to read our scroll?
Resurrection scrolls, very powerful, yes. Well, I believe he's in Westershen, but I did once have the honor of meeting the leader of the Knights of Justice. He is a paladin. He's the highest ranking member. He could probably do it, but he probably stays in Westershen. Or at least on that side of the continent. He's actually exploring another continent nobody has much contact with. It was just a couple of weeks ago I talked to Alexander Blazelight, but I think he set out on another expedition. To use the power of resurrection, you need someone of a high stature. Any other clerics that I am in contact with, it'd be a flip of a coin if the spell worked or not, and I'd hate to waste your scroll on a gamble.
No, of course. Well, if that's the case, then whenever you've got some free time, I will happily lead you back to where her body is, so that you can preserve it. At least until we can bring her back.
Do you
Yes.
want me to take over for you while you're gone? I could help these people out while you go help our friend.
I do have an assistant, and Susie could use some backup. I suppose so, my dear boy. It's a shame we have to part so soon after seeing each other, but I'm just glad to see you're doing all right. You actually seem taller. Have you been getting stronger in our time apart?
I have been practicing the healing quite a bit, so I guess you could say I grew in that field.
Ah, that boy. You'll make a fine master healer someday, I'm sure. But yes, I suppose another challenge for you will be taking care of these fine folk for me in the due time. Ladies and gentlemen, my son has returned! Your son's a turtle? Silence! I will not have you questioning our relationship. Now, please see all your healing needs from him, at least until his magic is exhausted, and then by then I will return after doing some personal business. Alright, chop chop, take me to this dead body. I am eager to see it. He has, like, no boundaries, as
I can tell.
Alright, friends, I'll see you later.
And with that, Edison's going to begin to lead the way back to the Wandering Oak.
Okay. While they're heading over that way, we'll say it's starting to get later into the afternoon time as you guys have a eventful day. Bear with me as I'm just going to say Loidian brought a book and he's flipping through it as he's heading with you. Before they get there, Daniel, how is the research coming along?
Well, you tell me. What have I learned from the book so far, reading it?
I see. As I'm looking in this book, I have to multitask and think of things that you would find in that book. Okay. I can do that! I can do that! Let me just,
Yes, you can. You're king.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find the page because there's a thing on here I wanted to find. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Alright.
So in the book of the Cult of Dragon, a lot of the stuff is what you know before. They were founded almost 1,000 years ago, back in the really ancient times, before there were many civilizations. They back when the dragons were more common and ruled over more of the lands. They were eventually a lot of them were killed by up and rising adventurers trying to make a name for themselves. And as the dragons grew spiteful, although they looked down on humanoids and such, they realized they could use them, and thus the original Cult of the Dragon was born. They actually were using their power to resurrect dead dragons and create Dracoliches, and using their mighty power, they began to unleash them on the lands. Of course, the earliest versions of the Knights of Justice, along with just other adventurers, banded together, although they differed in allegiances and such, and fought against the cult. The cult really struggled to get any grounding. Anytime members made it, other members would flee, or they would argue over the correct direction. And
Get you, whatever you're watching.
Family Guy coming from.
What?
Bro is on Family Guy
what
funny
you're watching in
moments.
the background.
Bruh, I had my mic on mute. That's some bullshit.
Apparently not.
then your headphones are
Probably not.
cranked, and it's going through your headphones to your microphone through the wires.
Just
I
tested
don't
it
know.
now, and it's definitely muted. No, okay, apologies.
I'm giving you a history lesson on the cult, and you're over here watching shit.
It was playing in the background, I promise. I'm not actually watching anything.
Anyways.
Liar. All right. So yeah, the cult it kept trying to restart itself, and it fell apart a lot of times. It was always known for having a set number of leaders, typically one for each chromatic dragon. So there were usually 5 leaders. However, the one who represented the red dragon would be ahead of everyone else. Though leaders would often change or even take one another out to strengthen the cult. Eventually, though, the cult was driven into the shadows and almost nearly wiped out, to the point where they just became a group that people knew of, but they were never a threat because they just held no standing and people didn't value their ways. The cult has a very wide ranking system, though. Whenever they fight, they all, wear the exact same type of dragon-esque mask. The only people who don't wear these masks are the worm speakers, which are the leaders. They don't wear masks. Let me think. The cult worships the chromatic dragons, though at least back then, they saw hydras as despicable creatures, as malformed dragons. They preferred perfect dragons that were just, standard, which you find interesting because now they serve Tiamat, who is the goddess of Hydra dragons. So that speaks to her influence on the cult now. Of course, this is, from way back when and everything. But yeah, a lot of the history is basically just sightings and rumors and such. The cult has been out of the picture for hundreds of years now, so.
Yeah.
So
I
just
assume
to be
there's,
sure, sorry, carry on.
No, go ahead, Sketchy.
No, I just want to query that just so I'm understanding that right. So they worship chromatic dragons.
Yes.
Back in the day, they saw Hydras as being malformed, and Tiamat is taking the form of a Hydra, correct?
Yes. Tiamat, she passes herself off as the goddess of all dragons, but she's technically just the goddess of Hydra dragons, or chromatic dragons in general. Because each head represents a chromatic. Like, everyone knows the legend of Tiamat, so this is stuff you as a kobold especially might know. And there are 5 types of chromatic dragons: acidic black, cold white, electrical or lightning type blue, fire red, and the poisonous green. Any other types of dragons are of either different colors and they're not considered chromatic, or they are the metallic dragons. So.
And there's no mention, like, in the book of the cults, like, in its earlier time period, using or knowing of any locations of the 5 chromatic dragon masks.
No, because there's no discussion about the masks from back then.
I figured, but at least a history lesson kind of puts some of their modern actions and thought processes into context a bit.
Cool.
Okay. Well, that's good. As for what else I'm doing...
Oh, just one last thing. This is something you've heard before, but they basically believe if they give the world back to the dragons, although the dragons are their superiors, they'll give them a lot of wealth and a place for themselves. And they supposedly think life will be better if dragons are in charge, so...
I mean, I would hope so. I cannot imagine that anybody would willingly do that kind of stuff knowing they'll just get wiped out and killed in the end, even though that's probably what'll happen anyways. But either way. Okay, so with that, I want to. So with the jeweler's tools, I can make a couple of checks. Although it doesn't specifically mention. So I got a sheet of iron, and my plan is that I want to. I won't be able to like do everything that I want to do. Like it's gonna take a while to be able to like make this fit into kind of like the jewelry I want to make. But would you say that I have enough scrap iron to make a ring and like a pair of earrings?
Yeah, it's a fairly sized sheet. Even having to shave away some unneeded material, yes, I would say that would be what you could make from that.
Okay, cool. So the types of jewelry do have like a do have a time limit on them for how long they're going to take, given that I'm working with jeweler's tools and given that I'm basically making those kinds of things from scrap. Combined, and it's not just making the ring and the actual like earrings themselves, but also embedding the stones into them. So first things first, I will need to roll a wisdom check on the 2 small emeralds and the sapphire that I have, because in my limited training with these tools and with what I have learned about gemstones from my master, supposedly, from what I've learned, these gemstones should hold some kind of magical like aspect in them.
Yeah, small amounts anyway. But
yeah, if I roll high enough on wisdom, I should be able to determine what they're able to do. Which I already know what they do as a player, but this is simply so that way like Daniel actually knows.
He would need to know. Yes.
So I'm just rolling a wisdom check real quick. Okay, cool. Yeah, so that was literally exactly what I needed. So now I know that the emeralds have those aspects, and the sapphire has those. The emeralds will be made into the earrings, and I think I'll... Yeah, they're both going to take... If I'm working on them at the same time, would you say that they would take like 2 weeks to make both, or would I be able to work on them both in a matter of time that would make them both like done in 1 week? Or would I don't know, how would you
So what is the standard thing say? It takes a week per item?
Yeah, so for a ring you need one piece of scrap, and it takes about a week to make, and it's just one singular skill check.
And you're asking if you could do both in a week?
Yeah. I would need to make 2 separate skill checks for sure, but
Okay, the only reason I'm going to say it should take 2 weeks is because you're new to this. If you were more experienced, you could probably start doing more in a shorter amount of time. But I think for now, it would have to take the 2 weeks because you're brand new to this.
That's totally fine. In that case, we will... Yeah, we'll get started on... I'll get started on the earrings first. So I need to... I think it's a dexterity. Or something.
A dex check to make something? I mean, I guess that makes sense. It's a little weird though.
So the dex checks are for fitting a gem into a ring or piece of metal, cutting a gem to improve its quality, or engraving a golden ring. And obviously, I don't have a golden ring.
No, you just melt down a lot of gold for that.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I don't have that much gold to give
away. Money.
So there's not like a dex check specifically for like forming the metal into a ring-like shape.
Okay.
But if we can, do you want to put it like a dex check of like 15 or something? Does that seem fair?
Well, you're just doing 1 for the whole thing, right?
That's all it says. It only says like 1 week. Scrap needed 1. Create a different, based on their own taste. Each type of jewelry has base price as well as time and material cost to produce. Yeah, I mean, it only says 1 skill check, which is surprising to me. But
and yet it doesn't give you a DC you have to beat.
Weirdly enough, no.
So can you give me an idea of what's supposed to happen to the ring when you do what you're going to do to it?
So eventually, once I make the actual ring and set the gemstone into it, the aspect of it, assuming I did everything right, for the sapphire specifically, its gemstone aspects are truth, justice, and magnificence. Truth meaning knowledge that shines like a lighthouse amidst a storm. When imbued in an item, the holder's intelligence score increases by 2, and their maximum for that score is now 22. What was it? What did I say? Truth, justice, magnificence. Justice is level-headed impartial judgment. When imbued into an item, the holder adds half of their proficiency, rounding up when making an intelligence-based skill check that they are not proficient in. And then magnificence is exalted by force of personality. When imbued in an item, the holder may cast the command spell. It's a first-level spell once every 24 hours. Spell DC for this is 15.
And you pick one of those to put in there. Or it does all 3.
I can choose 2.
2 of 3 to put into it. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess a DC of 15 works.
Okay. Also, actually, now that I'm thinking about
decks anyway, so it don't matter.
I did say that I was gonna do the earrings, so I'm gonna actually use the emeralds. The emeralds, just for your information, it is the same. There's 3 of them, but I choose 2 of them.
Okay.
And it's gonna take a week to do these, anyways.
Right.
So we'll worry about what they do whenever I actually make them.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. We'll make it 15. It's fine.
Awesome. Sweet. Yeah, that's a 17. We're good.
Okay, I should have raised the DC to 18, but it's fine.
All right. Then I will begin my week-long work on making those earrings.
Okay. As you begin to start working away at it, the doors bust open and a strange one-eared elven man busts in. All right, where is the dead body? Oh.
What the?
And then someone spits out their food and he's like, sorry, I probably shouldn't have said that out loud.
Wait, hold on. What is he busting into? Is he busting into my room?
Oh, you're in your room? Oh, no, then you just hear this downstairs, so...
I just hear like a loud like downstairs and somebody's shouting.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I'm just gonna grab my sword and just rush down there.
He's loud enough to see. He sees you coming down. He puts his arms in like a leg up. Whoa! I'll have you know, I was a professional fighting champion, and well, I don't remember what year it was. It was a long time ago. I've lived a long life, but I will show you some moves, Sonny.
Whilst he's got like Edison will like run in and like try and get between the two and be like, all right, look, Daniel, put the sword down. This one's a bit weird, but this is Loidian.
I'm not weird.
You are a little bit, but it's fine. I like it.
Yeah, it's fine.
We like
Everybody
weird
likes
here.
it. Everybody likes it.
This is what Sheldon was talking about.
Yes, this is the Loidian.
Well, if you're back, then I'm hoping you have some good news for us.
Well, as it currently stands, Loidian is here to cast a spell that will preserve Zilia's body. At least until something comes along that can help.
Right.
And then Daniel, you'd see behind the group, this Tabaxi character waving at you and being like, "Hey, how'd the library visit go?"
Excuse me.
Yes, turns out we got a stalker. She's joining us, by the way, for a little bit.
I'm surprised bro doesn't even question that Sheldon is just gone.
I haven't noticed you're gone yet. I'm too busy.
Comes back with a missing member and 2 new weirdos.
Yeah, there's 2 new weirdos. I haven't noticed that the other weirdo's gone yet. But I'll kind of look back at it and it's like,
I can't leave you alone for a second, can I? Or did you trade this one for the turtle? Where does he go?
I'm gonna be honest. Like, if I was gonna trade anyone, I'd trade the fucking pilot. I'd do that in a heartbeat. But Sheldon
Pilot, that's his name, and he pilots the mech. Oh, that's a good one.
I fucking love this guy. Like, he makes no sense to me, but he's fucking great. But yes, Sheldon is back where we found Loidian. He's helping out to cover for Loidian whilst Loidian comes and helps us.
Right. I'm assuming he's using some of his healing to good use, huh?
Exactly. He's just helping out, making sure the people in the slums are getting the treatment that they deserve. Well, at least the bare minimum of what they deserve.
Why, of course. I mean, speaking of injuries, would you like me to heal those bandages? You look horribly injured, my good sir.
Not necessary.
Okay, not touching that with a 10-foot pole then. he pulls to the shirt collar. Your friend's a bit aggressive, isn't he?
Yes, it grows on you. I promise.
I don't think so, but okay.
I think he's very
Speaking of
short.
which, you said you needed healing for that cast too. I'd be happy to work on that as well.
Well, that was more of a lie to get your assistance in the first place.
Oh no, don't worry about it. And he grabs your arm real quick. I'll just put a little magic in here, and it shoots him into the wall.
Oh my fucking god! I am so sorry.
Whoa! That's what I call some repulsion. Oh my goodness! He picks himself up. He has to like crack his spine back into place. Oh!
I am so very sorry. That's never happened before.
And he's like, he actually looks kind of spooked. He's just pointing at your arm over and over. Are you aware?
Please, for the love of God, focus.
How about this? I will... If you help our friend, I will allow you to indulge and... that fear on your... Like, I'm gonna guess that's fear. Either fear, curiosity, or arousal. I can't fucking tell.
It's probably all three, if I'm being honest, but mostly fear.
Well, if that curiosity at all needs sating, as payment, I will let you inquire. That's the very least I can do.
He's like trying to like brush the dust off himself. Serafina comes out. What in the hell's is happening out here? No, madam, it's completely my fault. You have a lovely establishment here, by the way. Nice horns too. Might I? Don't even think about it. Okay, where is your deceased friend, if I may inquire?
And with that, I'm gonna lead Loidian to where fucking Zelia is.
Loidian is basically the Doc from Back to the Future on crack, in case you were wondering. So
I love the energy.
Yeah.
I sent something in the chat that's the thing that I imagine. If you know it.
I'm not very well versed on my anime. I like cringy romance soap operas that involve people who spend 12 episodes fumbling and then get together without any like kind of concrete resolution at the end.
Those are the worst
Womp womp.
ones.
Yeah,
Those are
there's-
the best, bro. I love that like sensation of like, will they, won't they, and then at the end going, fuck, they did, but they didn't pay off. Where's season 2? Fuck.
No. Anyways. All right, so you lead him to the back where
Darling,
Zelida,
on Crunchyroll.
where Zelia is laid out. Yes, but more like bleh.
Yeah, for real. Tongue out.
He
She me.
Oh, let's just put that back in there. He walks up and he's like, "Oh my, Eladrin, I see. I thought these people live a long time. How the heck did she? Oh, knife wound. I see. Yes, very good, very good. Okay. And he like he like cracks his fingers and lightning shoots out and blows up a bottle in the back. I meant to do that.
Please try not to damage any more stuff.
No, it's okay, it's okay. And now he's like rubbing his chest like up and down, and he looks like he's almost gonna puke, but that's not what's gonna happen.
Oh, it's kind of this Mr. Yankee vibe.
Okay, here we go. Purification breath. And he shoots out this like green breath, and it encases her body before vanishing, but now she has like a faint green glow around the outline of her figure. Oh man, that one gets the heart beat up. Woo! But yeah, alright, purification breath. It is a weird one and not very easy to teach. Even harder to learn. But yeah, she should be good for a good 10 years or so, like that, and yeah, unless someone dispels it, of course, but just keep her away from that, and she'll be fine for 10 years until you're able to put that soul back in there.
Well, thank you, truly.
And-
Oh, go on.
Oh, no, and I was gonna say, and then he pushes, like, everyone that's looking in the doorway out and close with the door and slams it. Now! And he just gets right in your face. Are you aware that, that you're lugging around something that, is none of this worth?
Very aware. I've unfortunately been afflicted with it since I was 14.
Special kind of puberty then. Interesting.
The way I've heard it, but yes.
So, he actually pulls out like an ink plot. When I show you this, what do you think of? And it looks like a burning building.
It unfortunately looks like a burning building.
Oh, good gods. Okay, what about this one? And this one looks like a hunter shooting at prey.
That is a hunter, hunting something.
Oh my gosh, it's getting worse! He's like in his robes. Okay, this one, come on, what is this one? And that one, it literally looks like some kind of monster with horns, like a demon or something.
That, unfortunately, looks rather infernal in nature.
He starts like hitting it against his head. How do you not see the cute deer? Oh man. Okay, so, what do you dream about? Specifically, like, are your dreams happy, or are they sad, or do you speak to evil people? Like, what do you do in your dreams?
Honestly, it depends on the day. There are some days where I am visited by the one who inflicted me with this arm.
Oh, that's not the answer I wanted!
Home.
Okay, no, this is fine, we can handle this situation appropriately. I don't know why you're not freaking out, because I'm not certainly freaking out. Okay. And, would you classify yourself as a man who likes to see people alive, or do you like inflicting pain?
I prefer to leave people as unharmed as possible, but when blood starts pumping, I do get a bit violent.
Have you ever engaged in acts of torture?
Can I phone a friend? Pass, maybe?
I will take your silence as an answer. Okay.
Yes.
So. You know, and he's almost like jittering at this point. So, you know, the hand and your dreams. Have you ever met the Knights of Justice personally?
Yes. We've been in relatively close contact with Leosin.
And they didn't slay you on the spot?
No. We also encountered Bjorn, and he is aware that there's something wrong with my arm, but he doesn't know the extent of it.
Yes, yeah, I believe you would relate to him quite well, actually. I've met Bjorn, he's a very nice man. Shame that he's lived nearly 800 years and all, but, what can you do, I guess? I'm actually working on a cure for that disorder of his.
Disorder.
But, yeah, it's not very good. You know, he was once possessed by a demon and all, and it didn't work out for him and everything. So you know how bad it is to make deals with, you know, evil creatures from other dimensions. I'm sure you are aware of that?
I am aware that the deals aren't, you know, the best thing to make. It's actually what led to this in the first place.
No, they're the worst things you could possibly do. You never, ever make a deal with a creature like that. No, because the deal always backfires on the person who makes the deal. See, they will hold up their end of the bargain, for sure. You don't have to worry about that. They'll get punished if they don't. But they always find some way to just screw you in the end. And I speak of this as a man who's seen it happen, time and time again. You need to get rid of the arm now. I will happily cut it off. He pulls out like a dagger that's like serrated. If you want me to do it, I'm more than happy to heal your arm afterwards.
Well, you are more than welcome to try. Being quite frank, I had tried that myself when it first happened.
Wait, you're actually gonna let me?
Look, I've wanted to be gone with this arm for a long time, and I genuinely sat there during the first month of it fully developing. And I remember sitting in my room and taking a blade to it to try and remove it, and the blade broke. So if you think your blade's any better, then you're more than welcome to fucking try.
Well, a silver blade might be able to do something. All right, come with me, my new friend. And he pushes the door open, like smashes whoever's behind it in the face. Ow.
Not me.
Sorry, my dear. And he's like, I know you said no touching, but he pokes your nose and he uses cure wounds on you to fix it.
What a guy.
Thank you. Okay, that makes it better.
All right, everybody.
Thumbs up.
And he's like, Madame, if I could procure one of your finest tables, please. Sure, take whatever one you want. Why?
Wait,
We're going to be
like
performing.
in the main.
Yeah, he's taking
Oh,
you
yeah,
out
go
into
ahead.
the main area. We're going to be performing an amputation, if you don't mind. Excuse me? Yes, I suggest, Edison, if you'll just kindly sit down. You're not amputating anything on my son, have you know? No, don't worry, it's for his own good. Uh-huh.
I'm more concerned doing this in like a public area.
Like, I look over at Seraphine and I look at her like, you know, that kind of where it's like, look, we all know this. We both know it's not going to work. And I just like fucking place my arm on the table as best, like as straight as I can to try and make it easier on the guy.
Couldn't we at least do this where people couldn't, watch us?
I'm eating here, man.
This is
that would be
batshit insane.
It would be better if we weren't in a public space. I'm going to be honest.
Fine. Grab one. All right, metal one. Could you grab one of those tables and bring it upstairs, please? Let's go. Let's find a room. And he just starts trotting upstairs.
How much time would have passed since leaving the medical clinic?
Yeah, they've been gone for a while now. You've probably been there for like 2.5 hours.
Would it be like, would there still be a giant line, or would the line have like dispersed by now?
As the day has gotten passed on, we're getting closer to mid-afternoon time. I'd say the amount of people has been so little that the assistant could probably handle it, and if you want, you can start making your way back.
I'll start making my way back then.
Okay, it'll take like a good hour or so to get there, but you'll be able to get there. So, meanwhile, Sketchy, were you kind enough to take a table upstairs for him?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so Edison, you are now sitting in a chair with your arm stretched across the table. There's a towel under you. The upper part of your arm is tied off with a belt. All right, if anyone is against this, speak now, or it's best not to speak now. I'm going to do this anyway. So, and he starts dipping the silver blade into a bottle of holy water that he has. Is no one going to say anything? Just let him try.
I just like stand against the wall watching.
I'm curious. Like, I'm just sitting here being like, if this actually works, that'd be sick.
I'm not
Yeah,
there
like-
yet, so I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, like Edison hasn't like exposed on, but like he's rolled up enough of like his coat sleeve to like reveal like enough like the sliver like where the elbow joint is.
All
Like,
right.
where that
I guess
dip
this
is.
would technically be no, because your arm was exposed in the fight last week, wasn't it?
No, actually.
No, it wasn't. Okay, so this is my
Yeah,
first
I'm
time
not really
seeing it.
sure.
This
Yeah, I
is
think
this would
it's
be your first time
everyone's.
seeing anything like potential skin for it.
Well, then in that case, I'm just gonna start fucking like getting close and looking at it. Like you see Daniel getting like weirdly close and like poking it in some places.
Upon
I mean, the cast is still on, right?
Yeah, the cast is still on. Like that like that crease like between like your forearm and like your upper arm, like where like the bend is.
Yeah.
Like
Uh-huh.
that's the area that's exposed currently, and it's like only a small.
Oh,
let the
okay.
knife, like,
Okay.
kind of slide through.
So, yeah, I think I'll just So I'll see that as like,
So that's what's under the bandages, huh? What is it exactly?
This is, as he once worded it, a gift. Now, whether that's true, I doubt it, as since the day it's become part of me, all it's done is bring pain.
Crummy gift. Well, hopefully we can remove it.
Well, we can only hope, sir. Because I would like to go home.
Alrighty then. So Edison, rest assured, no matter how incredibly painful this winds up being, you will be fine. I mean, mostly fine. You'll be without an arm, but we can work on that next. Alright. Blade is purified. I'm going to imbue it with some magic, and it is silvered. If this won't cut through that sucker, nothing will. Stand back!
Edison just tenses up and looks away from it.
just watching it, just like super curious.
Let's roll and see what happens. That is... Alright, so he begins sawing there. At first, you feel nothing. Your arm is just repelling the blade. However, Edison, after a while, you feel the blade slip in. And it hurts like hell. So, Edison, because you're having your arm sawed off right now, you are going to take... I mean, you got a healer there, so, but still. You are going to take... let's see... 19 points of slashing damage.
Interesting.
Or arm being sawed off damage. As the blade begins to slice through and a thick black ichor begins to sprout out of your arm and leak onto the table and start burning it. Oh, good gods, this is worse than I thought! Alright, stay with me now! And we're gonna roll again. In the back of your mind, Edison, you hear the wails of, like, thousands of people. Just in your head. It is all that you hear. As your arm just begins to burn completely. And, of course, you feel the pain of him cutting into it. So, let's roll again, see what happens. Alright, looks like Loidian gets stuck. Come on! Come on! Blessed gods, give me power! Yes! He'll try one more time. Alright, he gets a little deeper. He begins to cut deeper. He is now getting close. He starts to scratch at the bone. As he cuts deeper and deeper into the arm, the black ichor coming out. Edison, you are going to take... that is going to be... That's 18 points of slashing damage.
That checks out.
God.
You are in, like, Edison, his face is completely, like, eyes tight closed, teeth clenched. He is in agony right now. Like, this actually hurts worse than having your actual arm cut off. Alright. Come on! We're getting close, boys! Past this hurdle, we're through it. It's like hump day. Once you get over it, everything gets better. He takes a moment to pause. Sweat is, like, leaking off of Loidian's brow. He is giving this all he has. Like, veins are twitching in his head. At this point, Sheldon, you walk through the doors of the tavern. And you just you see Serafina, like, her hand in her hands behind the table. You hear Edison, like, grunting up above. And you hear a couple people, like, shifting in their chairs looking really uncomfortable.
I have so many questions what's going on, but I feel like I shouldn't ask.
Are you gonna go upstairs?
We're cutting his arm off.
You guys are upstairs.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
my bad.
upstairs.
My bad.
I look over to the mother of Edison. I forgot the name. I have it somewhere in my
Serafina.
notes. Serafina.
Just said it, bro.
Come on, bro, get a grip.
I look over to Serafina. Are they upstairs?
Yeah, they're upstairs, all right. Go make sure no one gets themselves killed up there, would you?
All right. Well, see you in a bit. And I go upstairs.
Quick question, King. Due to how focused Loidian is on the procedure, would he notice if something were to grab him?
I was thinking the same thing. It's a gamble. Here, we'll make a perception check for him. He'd still notice.
Interesting, okay. Well then, as the blade is cutting deeper then, like, almost like a mixture of, like, against his will, but, like, kind of because, like, he can't stand the pain anymore, the spectral aspect of the limb kind of leaps forward and goes to lunge at him to, like, try and, like, grab him to force him away.
Okay.
Can I roll something to try to interfere?
Yes. Trying to think about this. Okay. So, just give me a straight dex check, Daniel.
Okay. Oh, that's cocked.
So was mine.
Happens. That was the best of us. Straight dex. 22.
Okay. So you're able to push Loidian down, like, towards the counter as you see the spectral arm shoot past him and, like, punch through the ceiling.
Holy.
Do I hear like all the rumbling that's happening because of that? Because I'm still outside the door, I think.
Yeah, you just get there and you hear like wood break.
I just slowly open the door. I feel like I should ask questions, but yeah. I feel like you guys got it covered.
Nice save, my bandaged friend! It's fine! It's fighting us!
Keep Edison steady. I'll try to fend off the arms.
All right, Edison, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, okay. Wisdom.
It's better. Cleric's not here to guide us.
That is, yeah, that's a 7.
Oh.
Yeah, no way in hell. All right, Edison. Although he does not like doing this, your eyes roll back into your head. Your canines, all 4 of them, grow about an extra like 1.5 inches long, and your non-dominant hand, the one that's not in the cast, slams down on the table, breaking it in half. So the blade goes flying out of Loidian's hand as you just smash the blade. Edison, you are now just kind of like watching yourself do this. You feel numb all over.
No! You will not take what is rightfully mine.
It grunts out of your companion's mouth as he is no longer in control of himself. The cast actually begins to crack a little as on the hands on the end bust. The hand on the end busts free. The cast stays there, but it cracks enough so the hand can get free, and it grabs Loidian and begins squeezing the life out of him. Just.
Oh yeah, no, that's not even happening. I'm swinging on that arm with the sword.
Okay.
I want to thorn whip the arm as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll throw my own dagger at him at the arm as well. Fuck it, why not? Fuck that arm.
Time to dismember a comrade.
Is it the same? It's the arm in the cast, right? The one he's been cutting through.
Yes, it's bleeding. So yeah.
I'm specifically gonna swing like for the spot Loidian was cutting as hard as I can to try to see if I can get it. And in fact, actually, I'm curious.
While that's happening, my thorn whip is basically trying to keep the arm steady, that the gaping of like the wound that was made is like visible.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So
we'll go one by one. So roll the hit if you're trying to cut at the arm.
Yes. I'm also gonna use one of my maneuvers to add the total to the damage roll and gain advantage on your next attack roll against a chosen creature within 5 feet. So if this hits, I'll get extra bonus damage, and then the next attack roll that I have on him will have advantage.
Okay.
Oh, that's 23 to hit.
That just hits.
That is lucky. That is so lucky. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
All right, that's one superiority die down. Where's my D8? Okay. All right. Holy shit. There it is. Okay, so there's that, and then I'm two-handing this, so we're gonna hit him with a plus. We're gonna hit him with the D10. Oh, that's fucking awesome. We love to see that. All right.
I wonder what's happening.
Yeah, fuck your arm, Edison.
That is 21 slashing damage.
Okay, so you swing the sword down. You are met with heavy resistance by the arm, but you are able to. You don't really cut through it, but you hit into the groove, and you hear a slight crack as you apparently hit bone. The damage hits. Just so, how much damage was that?
21.
21. Okay, Edison, you take half of that yourself, so you take 10.
Okay.
So I will keep track of that as that damage does get hit. We are there. Okay.
I've rolled a 17 to hit, by the way, on the arm with the throwing dagger.
So you throw your dagger at it. It just, it just like bounces off.
The thorn whip is a net 20 plus 5.
Yes, let's go, bro. Let's fucking go.
I mean, that's the crit, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, all right. So you're thorn whipping where exactly?
I'm basically whipping on where the cast normally is, so like in the middle of the cast.
Okay. So you're whipping there in attempt to just hit the arm and try and free Loidian?
Yes.
Okay. So it does hit. Yeah, it would make sense. So the cast is already cracked, so you whipping it, it shatters the cast and it breaks off.
Would that mean that everyone sees it now?
I guess so, right?
Because he's aiming for the cast, I would say yes. He breaks it off, and you see... Well, I'll let the man behind the mystery do it.
As the cast begins to fall away, the arm reveals itself. Along where this limb would usually be pale Caucasian skin is now, you can see, is almost black in nature. And the skin itself looks almost calloused, as if it's been through all kinds of torment and God knows what. And this seems to run along the underside and the palm of the hand, and even along the undersides of the fingers, up until its tips where talons seem to protrude. Like, not massive, maybe a couple inches long at most. But it's the backside of the hand that makes it more interesting, because along the backs of the fingers, the backs of the hand, and up the arm itself, the arm is adorned with bioluminescent scales of sorts that glow an almost eerie sky blue mixed with tints of indigo. And it's almost, I don't know the best way to word it, it's a paradoxical masterpiece. It's terrifying to look at, but it's kind of beautiful as well in its own weird way.
Wow, that is... Oof.
So, yeah, that hits. How much damage did that whip do?
Let me just check. That would be 8 damage.
8 Dalmatio. Okay. I will say in a reaction to
Eight on a
hits,
crit?
the hand does release the grip on Loidian. He falls to the ground blacked out, though, as he had no air for a while, but he just... yeah, there's the picture of it in chat.
Reno, did you roll 2 ones on your damage?
No, hold up, I'm typing it in chat.
Because for crit, it's full damage once, and then...
Oh, fuck.
your roll.
Oh,
I
yeah.
rolled the wrong damage die. My bad.
Ooh.
I
You
was
silly
gonna say,
goose.
that would have been like 2 ones on your damage die. Not even, because, yeah, you do minimum
So yeah,
level of
it's
damage.
hold
so
up.
you roll the die once, add your
Yeah.
modifier, and then add the max potential of that die.
Since my foreign whip is normally 2d6, would that mean that for a crit
12
damage?
plus 2d6.
Oh, Jesus. That would be 12 plus 18, so 20 damage.
Yes, sir.
There you go. That's crits are brutal, man. So all right. So yeah,
And 10 go to
let's go.
Kieran.
Kieran?
Huh?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something.
Oh no, of course.
Okay.
Like you know, depending on how, like, you know, you continue, my friend. I'm enjoying the show.
So the hand drops Loidian. Your friend's still not fully in there. Let's see here. So it lets go of him. Instantly, the glowing in it gets brighter as it shoots up to the palm. And he's just going to point it right in your face, Daniel, and fire it at you. Let's roll to hit, see if that lands. Natural 20.
You're fucking with me.
No,
Alrighty.
All right. So that is that plus... Holy shit. Okay. Okay. So that with the crit, that is 50 points of fire damage.
That's a fucking ranged attack, right?
Basically, it's nearly point
blank,
blank, but yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't count as like a melee attack, is what I'm saying.
No.
Okay, all right, then yeah, I will just take that. There's nothing
So yeah,
there's
you
nothing
guys
I can do
watch
about that.
as the hand just opens up and the flames are black. It's treated as fire damage, but it does not glow bright. It almost
You
sucks
said-
the light out of the room.
Wait, you said fire damage, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Absorb Elements as a reaction, actually.
Okay.
So basically that means it's going to, it should half it. Yeah, it'll half it until the start of my next turn.
So you take 25 points of fire damage.
That's
Okay.
more survivable.
But it will singe your face pretty bad as it just
Absolutely.
right into his face.
I mean, bro's already bandaged enough as is. I don't think there's much left to burn.
This is true.
Of course, though, you're
Oh,
fighting
man.
you're fighting a devil, so he gets more than one attack.
Of course.
As he spins around, I don't have the stats on hand. So, Kieran, would you make a spectral arm? Would you make a yank attack against Sheldon?
Yes, I can. So yank is. Let me just get my homebrew sheet up.
Oh, and whatever you roll normally to hit, add 2 to that because you're being influenced by certain someone. So.
Gotcha. All right, let me wait for the page to load because it's right at the bottom of this 24-page long Google Doc, by the way.
It was rough to read.
It was a long endeavor, but I think you might have enjoyed it.
No, it was interesting. It just when you gave it to me at night, it wasn't. It wasn't.
All right, so that is, yeah. So yank is actually a strength saving throw.
Oh, right. There we go. So Sheldon, strength saving throw.
All right, on it. Strength. That's a net one.
Oh god.
No, you succeed. Wow, that's crazy.
And by default, he'll take 1d8 force damage.
Well, that's actually going to be 2d8 because you're being influenced, but regardless of whom. So that'll be... Now, he rolled like shit, so that's only 9 force damage.
I start cursing in Elvish.
Okay, Rich, I understand that too.
Loidian choking in the ground. Watch your language. So the spectral arm grabs the turtle, yanks him, and throws him out the window.
Fuck the window. God.
You're lucky. Be happy. You do. You're on the second floor, but you won't take any fall damage. You'll just land on your shell, but you do take 9 force damage, and you're out of the building now.
Fucking A.
Man.
Thud. Someone's like, oh my gosh! You fools do not know the powers you are grasping with. I will give you one option and one option alone. Either surrender now or die. This hand, as the fingers just kind of like move back and forth, almost like without joints, belongs to this man. And I will make sure no matter what, it stays on his body. Trying to remove it will result in your deaths.
What exactly would surrendering mean in this case? We leave you alone and that's it? That's everything?
Leave the hand alone, leave his body alone, and I will hold back.
This is your guys' friend.
I'm gonna roll insight to see if he's bluffing. Let's see. 16.
Yeah, he seems to just want you to not go after that hand.
But like, is his threat, like, is that a bluff?
Who knows?
He's saying, from what you can tell, he's gonna hold true. He'll let Edison go if you don't go after that appendage again, or any part of him specifically. Basically, you stand down, he stands down.
Fine.
Yes.
Mark my words. But mark my words. This will be the last time we interact. And next time, I won't take it so easy on you.
As he laughs, you hear it like 3 times over. Don't you worry, soon I will collect all your souls. But until then, good luck with your little cult problem. I look forward to returning something to you as well. And Edison's eyes eventually roll back over, and he like drops to his knees in like a rush of exhaustion. You don't gain any exhaustion levels, but
Okay.
so
Sheldon is slowly climbing up the stairs again.
a little slower. He's holding onto the railing. He's like holding his stomach a little.
Not cool.
Pilot, help me get him into bed.
Yeah, of course.
So we'll move Edison up to up to the bed in the room, and I'll check on Loidian next.
You all right?
Don't worry about me. And he's like holding his neck and like trying to heal it. In a matter of seconds, I'll be back to normal. Oh, all right. Now, for what it's worth, you see why I wanted to cut that thing off, because it can do that.
Wasn't expecting a full-on possession, but now at least we know what we're dealing with.
Neither was I. He didn't even see the deer, man. You don't even know what he says. He's like, he didn't even see the deer.
I gotta stop hanging out
Sheldon.
with weirdos.
Sheldon, are you able to heal Edison a little bit? Can't imagine that arm wound is doing much for him.
Yes, I can. And I just walk over with. Let's say that because I spent time at the clinic, that I have already spent 3 level 1 spell slots.
Yeah, you probably definitely expensive.
I'm gonna spend a level 2 spell slot on Cure Wounds.
Loidian will put his hand on your back and amplify it with a little, so it'll do an extra D8 now.
Okay.
Hey, let's go.
It's kind of hot.
It's kind of.
Not as hot as my blood, though. Fucking tables melting, am I right, guys? That's crazy.
For real.
That is
100 feels like.
20 HP.
There you go.
20 HP. I'll take that deal. Would you take that deal?
Did you make
Yeah,
that
good
deal?
deal.
That deal?
I'd pet that dog. Can I pet that dog? Sorry.
I bet that dog. I bet that dog.
I like how
right.
Spastalk's been quiet this entire time.
I
Bro's
have
been
no
vibing.
idea what I can add.
Oh yeah, the guy who grapples everything doesn't grapple the arm. Okay.
Bro's freaking out right now.
He couldn't grapple the arm instead of
lost-
me snapping the cast in half.
He lost
Yeah.
Zelia. He lost Zelia yesterday. And
He's in
fucking
shock.
Today, he lost Zelia yesterday, and today he just watched his friend get taken over by a whole demon.
But it's Edison.
Yeah.
He wants Edison to die, so it's fine.
Yeah,
Remember this
exactly.
works.
It's in character.
Yeah, bro, works for me.
Just gonna let this
That's
one
what my
play out,
character would
guys.
do.
Yeah.
That reminds me, I can actually crop this and send the almost full photo. Actually, would the crop reveal too much? No, it would be fine. I feel like a good crop.
I hope I didn't accidentally move something too fast for your character, Kieran.
Oh no, not at all. There we go. That's my gorgeous boy.
Huge.
Oh, that is so cool.
Huge. Massive.
There he is, handsome as fuck. I tell you what, the artist did a fantastic job with the art. I saw it, and when I tell you, like, I was like gushing in message. I was like, oh my god, that looks so fucking cool. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah,
my God, oh my God, oh my God.
good.
Now then, I assume none of you knew about that, as Kaido's pointing towards his arm.
No, we had some idea that there was something up with his arm and that he had some sort of benefactor he was working with unwillingly, but I didn't realize it was this serious.
Is Edison awake, by the way? Do we know?
Yeah, he didn't pass out. He's just like worn out. So.
Okay.
Yeah, like bro's just kind of like zoning out, just staring at the ceiling, like just kind of like out of it. Like the fact that he had to witness all that.
I'm gonna go
Edison,
get him a glass of
gonna, like,
water.
Just gonna like snap my fingers in front of him.
You with us?
Unfortunately.
Thought you said we wouldn't have to worry about this.
I didn't actually think that the blade would actually go through. I figured just like last time, it would have broken, and it would have been left at that. It would have been fine. We could have ignored it.
Well, at least now we know for sure what we're dealing with. Be honest though, if he wanted to, even if we fought back, could he have killed us all?
Based on what he's capable of, I can only assume so, yes.
Glad I made the right choice then. Looks like we're gonna have to find another way to get rid of that curse of yours.
At this point in time, I'm not even sure if it's even worth trying. He has his hand. Sorry, you go first.
No, go ahead.
We've been doing
Finish
that a
what you're
lot
saying.
today.
Oh, okay. He has his hand in too many aspects of my life, and I feel like if I was to anger him, it would put everything that I've tried to put to rest at risk, and I cannot allow that. So if him taking over my body leads to that, I will live with this for the rest of my fucking days if need be.
That's no way to live. Carrying around a demon's curse for the rest of your life. And I don't know what you've promised him, but it can't be good.
It's not even what I fucking promised him. Long story short, I am the product of someone else's greed. Someone in my life had made a deal that they would remain relevant in their field, and in exchange, all they had to do was provide this devil, the name Alistair, with a son.
The name Alistair, would I be able to roll history on that and see if that's a demon that is, or a devil that is known, or something I would have read about?
I mean, yeah, you can roll history on him.
While you're rolling history, just Kite would have returned back to the room and given Edison a glass of water. Here, maybe drink this.
All right, dirty 20.
You try to recall your time reading, and though knowing demons and devils are of different... they're different, they live in different dimensions, and devils are more the sort to... Although vicious and evil, they're more to deal in business transactions than straight up just mauling somebody. This name is not one of the ones that you know of.
Okay.
Or he's not as famous as other ones are, so...
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest, this water is lovely, but I think what I really need right now is enough alcohol to take out 6 towns.
Oh, no worries! And Kite reaches into a bag of holding, pulls out a bottle of booze. I got some.
Just keep that on you at all times.
You wouldn't get it.
That must be one depressed cat person.
You wouldn't get it either.
I'm gonna carefully take the bottle from Kite, and I am just gonna begin just chugging.
Jesus, you could at least slow down a little bit. Still shit to do.
Yes, there is stuff to do, but I need to numb the pain from almost having my fucking arm cut off.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that was my bad. I apologize. At least you know you can cut it off.
I'm sorry for how he grabbed you.
No. It's my fault. He had a good grip though. That's for sure. Your pops or whatever the heck he is. He's a strong one. I'm glad I'm still alive at least. Whew. Would hate to be reunited with Sheldon and then just have him watch me die all of a sudden. That would have been a bad one. That turtle's had enough trauma. But no, it was foolish of me to suggest removing it. He picks up his now, the blade melted. It's just a handle now. But yeah, little silver, little holy water, even devil spirit. Might not be able to kill Alistair himself, but it very much could take that arm off. When the time comes that you may want to be rid of it, and you have a better plan, now you know, but, and he's just kind of holding it, and it's still hot and melting. He just throws it out the broken window. Oh my gosh!
Question: How deep into the arm, did we go? How far away from actually
To the
cutting it
bone, I
off?
think.
were we?
like a third, because it hit the bone, so a third of the way through the width of his arm.
Yeah, based on what I'm currently feeling on my own arm, it's not massively deep, but it's deep enough.
There's a hole you could put a finger through it, kind of thing. So.
Yeah, we're talking a good solid 3/4 of the length of like, not like the length like forward wise, but like the length from like back to front of a blade, like about a good 3/4 of that deep, based on what I'm feeling on my own arm. I'm working on real body measurements here to try and figure out how deep a bone would actually be in that area that I specified. And that is exactly how far it would be.
Well, yeah, you basically have flesh and muscle, bone, flesh and muscle. Well, the flesh and muscle on one side's cut through. It hit the bone and didn't get any further, so...
Can he even still move the arm if the muscle is cut?
Probably not.
Bro's just sitting there with like a little flaccid arm.
Well, the cure wounds did help. It is, as you see, you can't see the bone anymore, so it is slowly starting to, or at least that helped it start the healing process. But your arm is definitely, you can move your fingers, but picking it up is difficult. Like, your arm shakes, and it hurts like hell if you try to pick it up, so.
Okay.
But you can.
I'll definitely need to take the rest of the night to stay here and rest.
I think that might be a good idea. Fuck. You know what? The only other time I've ever felt this much pain was during the night that I suffered the injury that caused it. Fucking never thought I'd feel that much again, but here we are.
Well,
Do you...
that's any indication of how dangerous this is gonna be. Probably won't be the last time.
Do you intend to still try and get it removed in the future?
Again, as I said earlier, because of how many fingers he's got in so many pies involving my life and the people that I care about, if he's willing to wipe you guys off the face of this plane, just for the sake of keeping my arm intact, I would hate to see what he does to those that I care about if he takes control because I've disobeyed him.
So that's a no.
Unfortunately so. It's why I've kept it in a cast for so long, why I've kept it hidden and concealed as best as I can. Because, again, it's so much easier just to fucking, lie and say it's a broken arm than it is to say, oh yes, my fucking father is actually a devil, and because of an injury I sustained as a fucking child, I now have a fucking mutated arm.
I think that's pretty cool, but,
Yes, it might be cool, but I can't stand the fucking sight of it. Do you know what this reminds me of every time I look at it?
What?
It reminds me of the fact that I can never go home and be with the ones that I love ever again. Because as long as this is attached to me, they will always be in harm's way, and they will always be able to look at me as if I'm some fucking freak.
Surely there's gotta be a way. Right? Like, you said there was a deal, right? A deal was made.
There was a deal.
Maybe there's some way of, I don't know, I'm not really well versed in demons and whatever, but maybe there's a way of reverting it.
The only way that Alistair promised that he would be able to remove it is if I go to Westershin and I kill the man who raised me.
And I'm taking you don't want to do that, because that is...
I don't ever want to do that, because if I do that, even if I can return back to those people back there, even if I so much as even get the chance to even step through those fucking doors again, just that action alone will vilify me in their eyes. And that is not something I would want.
Oh. This is gonna sound really stupid. What if maybe someone else talks to them and you tell them a plan? Maybe, because he said you have to kill him, right?
Yes.
He never said something about killing him and then reviving him, did he?
You're talking as if he might not be able to hear us right now.
If he can reply, right?
Oh yes, because he's gonna suddenly cast sending and fucking be like, oh yes, I can hear you guys. That fucking... that is not enough.
He's that petty.
I mean, he's a fucking devil. It wouldn't surprise me if he was that fucking petty.
I'm sorry, it was just an
Damn
idea.
devils. Look, I appreciate your efforts. And I'm sorry that you had to find out about it this way. I was hoping that by the end of all this, if we were to go our separate ways, none of you would ever know the fucking truth. But here we are. Some of you are hurt. Probably feeling at least some form of betrayal due to my lying and now knowing what's really at fucking stake. Fuck.
I get why I get what you would want to hide that. Not that I'm happy about it, considering our lives have been at stake since the beginning, it seems. But I get it. You did what you had to do, and I suppose you figured the less we knew, the less we were at risk.
That was the only way I looked at it. At the end of the day, despite the blood that runs through my body, I'm not a bad person. Like, I try to do good. I try to help people where I can. I try to renounce every single bit of infernal blood that runs through my veins every day, and yet, somehow, some way, something always pops up, and it just taps into it.
Well, willing to put yourself and make a deal on the line with that fucking thing to get our friend back. That tells me enough of how good of a person you are.
Yeah, There's a reason I'm so desperate to try and get someone else involved. And that is just due to the fact that these devils, as far as I'm aware, based on what I fucking heard from when I was younger, they're very proper with their ruling. Like, they're very, if they make a deal, they try to stick to it as best they can. They might try and screw someone over within limitation, but they're not going to go out of their way to outright go against their deal. Which is why I was so desperate to try and get Loidian's help or Alexander's. Because potentially, if they could get to Zilia first, then maybe I wouldn't have to pay the price. Because while I don't regret it, I am not looking forward to what's going to come with that.
King.
Yes.
So, as I've, done with my background and with knowing what I've read about, like, devils and demons, I understand contracts and that sort of stuff. With devil contracts, with demon contracts, are they usually pretty strict with their stipulations, and that, like, it's a problem if the demon goes back on their word? Like there's a hefty price that they would have to pay. Like, is it a pretty, like, I wouldn't say, like, it's not legally binding by, like, our human standards, but is it, like, equivalent enough to where my background could be relevant here?
So, well, first of all, demons don't make contracts. Demons just want to eat and murder everything. Devils are the formal ones who like to collect souls. So usually a deal is they can give you wealth, power, status, revenge, whatever you desire, and technically they could ask for, you to murder someone. They could ask for, you to just, like, create a cult in their honor, but typically they say when you die, they get your soul. That's usually what they ask for, but not all the time. So, yeah, devils are the ones who are in a business jurisdiction. There is a literal contract. It's an infernal contract, so only they get the copy of it and everything. But yes, it is a contract signed and it's binding. So the lore and stuff that you know from them, your lore, like, could help you better understand, like, trying to think about how to word this. Like, you know enough about them and from, like, your backstory and stuff that, like, you could maybe try and help them get through it, but they're very hard to break naturally because the rule states, I give you this, you give me that, that's the end of it. However, yes, the rule that's set up originally by Asmodeus, but according to Alistair, there's someone else kind of pulling the strings now, but they also stick to those rules, that when the devil makes the deal, they're gonna get what they want, but they can't screw over the mortal they make the deal with. So
Right.
if Alistair for some reason went back on his word, not only would he probably lose his end of the bargain, but losing his end of the deal would cause him punishment. So
Yeah. Okay.
but it's very hard to break a contract then. It's not like the devil ever forgets something to write down, you know.
Of course. Yeah. But, that's the thing, right? It's like, this is one of those situations where if there is some kind of loophole in a formal contract, if anybody could find it,
You could. It's definitely exploitable. Just bear in mind, if the wrong person tries to interfere, it can also backfire on you. So.
Yeah. Yep, of course. So I will kind of,
if you, now that everything's kind of out in the open, if you would ever be willing to share what exactly your contract states, if you can be as specific as possible. I know that you wouldn't have any sort of copy of it on your own, but as much as you can remember, any details, get as specific as possible. I might be able to look into it a little bit more and see if we can find a way to make sure you come out on top in all this.
Now, which contract are you talking about? The one that caused my birth, or the one that I made with him personally just last night?
Well, ideally, both, but whichever one you think would be most beneficial.
Well, as it currently stands, the most beneficial one is the one that I made last night, because I made a deal. In 5 days, I'm guessing about 4 now, right, King?
Yes.
yeah.
In about 4 days' time, Zelia will be brought back to the mortal plane. And in return, when my time comes and I kick the bucket, my soul goes to him. A soul for a soul.
Did he specify the condition in which Zelia would be returned?
In his words, she would be as close to the original as she could be. Like, as if, she hadn't died.
Is her soul being returned to her body, or is she being made a new one?
Her soul is being returned to her body.
Now that you mention it, that it's gonna take 4 more days. I don't want to alarm, but the convoy we're planning on following is leaving in 2 days.
It
Tomorrow.
leaves tomorrow, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Tomorrow. Yep, tomorrow.
Did I miscount that then?
Yeah.
Because we're on day 82 remaining, and on day 83 remaining, I got the information that they were leaving in 3 days. Or did day 83 also count as a day?
That day counted.
Okay, so then, okay, yep.
Well, she's being returned to us as close to original state as possible.
The body of Zelia, so we know now that her body has been
It's in like a stasis basically, where it won't
It's in a
get any
stasis right
worse.
now.
It won't decompose or anything.
is the knife wound still in her?
I think so, right? Because
Yeah.
Loidian
yeah.
saw it earlier.
Yes, Loidian saw
okay.
it.
Just so we're not getting chipped in any of this case, since I can't figure out a way for us to benefit out of this one without you losing your soul. We should at least make sure Zelia's body is completely healed before her soul's returned to it,
I agree.
since that wasn't part of the promise.
Alright, I guess that Loidian and I can try and fix that wound up.
We can also leave a note for her when she wakes up. That way she can follow us, or at least start to follow the trail. That or I can send the hawk back whenever it's time.
Yes, I think the hawk would be a better bet, because what if, by the time she wakes up, we move on somewhere else?
Exactly.
That way she can just follow the hawk to us. I think that would be the best bet.
Well, I suppose that's that then. Sorry, not much I can do about that. It's a pretty standard quid pro quo agreement. he brings something back to us. You give him something in return once you're gone. Unfortunately, unless he does something to Zelia's body or to her soul by returning him to us, there's not really much we can do in that case. However, at some point, it doesn't have to be now. I would like to hear more about that first contract that was made.
Well, I don't know much about it, but tell you what, if at some point you're curious, we'll sit down, we'll have a much stronger drink than this, and I will tell you everything that I know.
Alright. We got a big day tomorrow. We should all rest up. Make sure we're ready.
Yes, I agree. Well, everyone go make yourselves fucking comfortable. I'm absolutely shattered.
Do you guys have a room free? I can also sleep on the roof. That's no issue. But a bed would be nice.
Is Zelia's room still being paid for?
Quite possibly.
It's uninhabited currently because she's in a back room, so...
I didn't know she was paying for it herself or whether we were putting down money for it. Do you remember?
Oh,
Hog, if
are we
Zelia
even
paid
paying?
for her
Are we
own
even
room?
paying at all for any of these rooms?
As far as I'm aware, no, we haven't been charged
Yeah,
yet.
because this is Edison's like establishment. I don't think we
Yeah, that makes sense.
said anything. Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't remember. I wasn't here last session, so that's why I don't know.
Oh yeah, right.
No, I
suppose
don't
you can
remember
take-
his pen.
I suppose you can take Zelia's room for the time being.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And since which room are we in right now? Actually, would we have been in Edison's room?
I assume that's where he would have taken Loidian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can lead Kite back to Zelia's room, and then go off to mine.
Well, before the night sets in, I will go to work on your deceased friend and try and close up that wound. Sheldon, would you like to accompany me?
Of course.
And I just start moving.
Okay, so he'll take you downstairs. Edison, you're just gonna crash, right?
Yeah, Edison's just gonna flop back and just try and get to sleep as quickly as he can, just because of like not only the guilt from being responsible for Zelia's death, but then also like the guilt from literally having Alistair take over and then harm the people he's like friends with now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So is everyone else just gonna go to bed, or?
Yeah, on the way while Daniel's leading me to leading Kite to Zelia's room, Kite will just
Would you be coming with us as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Kite would just turn to you, Daniel, and say, "I'm Kite, by the way. I don't think we've properly met yet."
Seems you've been watching me for all this time. I have to admit, your skills must be pretty good for you to be following us, and for not even me to have noticed.
Either I'm very good or you're very bad. And she laughs a little bit, saying that. Don't take offense to that.
I just met you, and I don't appreciate you insulting my skills.
It was a joke.
Either way, you were at least of some help today, so we appreciate that. By the way, what exactly are you doing here?
Oh, I know about the caravan that you guys plan to, attack, and they have something that I want, and that's basically why I'm here. I'll be out of your guys' hair as soon as I got one of their books, and then you'll go on your way, I'll go on my way, and we'll never see each other again.
If the cult is holding onto a book that's valuable, something you want, it must be pretty important. What is it?
It's more like a personal thing. It's I don't want to make this too long, but father is in prison. Blah blah magic. Blah blah. This book has the spell or whatever I need to get rid of that spell, and I can get my dad back. That's it. And she stretches her arms out in like a yep. That's everything pose.
Your father's imprisoned. For what?
Died. It's a hard life on the street, and especially where I come from, people who are of lower class just don't. They don't really get, treated like people. So it's a long story. I'll tell you another day, okay?
Yeah, let me just go ahead and roll insight on that one if you don't mind.
Oh shit, my dice fell. No, come back.
No.
Remember, Hawk, give me that number privately.
Oh shit, did my headphones unplug? Hold on.
No, I hear you. Oh.
Okay, yes.
He doesn't use a headphone
Yes,
mic.
yeah, it's headphone. That's right.
Yes, hold on. I'll
Your
DM.
microphone.
I'll DM King v roll. That is.
Thingy.
Yeah, do the math yourself, Lamau.
Oh, jeez. Okay. All right. And
It's a 17 insight.
okay. You can tell. Let me think about this. Hang on, I'm waiting for Hawk to send me the.
Yeah, well, I'll send you. Hold on.
Send me the number, damn it! I gotta do this. He's over here rolling dice multiple times to try and get a better value. He better not.
Motherfucker.
Man, fuck you,
All right, so 17. So although she seems like she's being honest and she's not really lying to you, you can tell there's more to her reasoning and what she's doing. So she's concealing information. You can tell by the way her eyes, they try to look relaxed, but they're a little shifty. So not a straight up lie, but not the full truth either.
All right. I'm just going to kind of lean in a little bit as like kind of a show of intimidation.
I'll tell you this now. I've gotten as far as I have in this world because I've not trusted people who've withheld information from me. I don't think your intentions are necessarily bad, but if I find out that whatever information you're withholding comes back and it hurts us, I won't be as merciful as everyone else in here. Understand me?
You can see like as you like start talking to her, ears like, perk up in fear a little bit. But they eventually relax pretty quickly after you say like if the stuff comes back to you, and she just says like, I'm pretty sure nothing of what you guys are doing here to help me will get in the way. But again, I'm happy to tell you another time the entire truth before we depart, maybe. And then.
Well, all right. Just try not to get in our way. Good night.
Good night. And she like waves you goodbye.
And as Spastok and I are walking back to our rooms, I kind of just nudge him a little bit.
What's wrong with you today? I know
He's
that
muted.
Oh, wait, he's gone. Fuck, I forgot about that.
just gone for.
All right, we'll pause there, go downstairs. Loidian and Sheldon are healing Zelia's corpse. It takes a while because it's a corpse, but eventually you guys are able to put enough magic into it that you are able to seal that wound and close up the damage on the other side. Though both of you are probably quite tired after all that, so...
That should do it. Oh man, I'm knackered. I really could use a nap.
Man, you guys get into some crazy situations. I don't think I've ever performed healing magic on a corpse before, but... first-time experience for everything.
Oh, you wouldn't... I hope you would be able to remove a curse as well.
Wait, a what?
I show him the little dragon symbol.
Oh. Oh, dear me. Did you walk into metal again? I told you not to do that.
No. After the house burned down, I woke up in a sort of prison cell. That's where I met all my companions, and we all somehow got marked with this thing. Do you, by any chance, know how to get rid of it?
Let me see. And he, waves a hand over trying to, detect magic in it. Ooh, that's a pretty bad curse. Well, I don't think a simple remove curse spell would do anything. Maybe a little help, but it won't actually remove it. It's very powerful magic. You have a few options, though. You can definitely do something about it. You can get the one who placed the curse on you to remove it, which, but the fact that you are thrown in a cell and branded, I would assume is not an option, but, you know, your friends seem persuasive. So that is an option. Option number 2, you find the source of the curse. A curse this strong isn't just a magical imprintation. Something is causing it to happen. If you were to destroy the source of the curse, whatever it may be, I wouldn't know specifically, that would take it off of you. The branding itself will probably fade as well because it is only bound into your flesh by the curse. You might have a little mark left behind afterwards, but the wound itself will get better. So, destroy the source, find the one who put it on you to remove it. Do you have access to the wish spell?
Not that I know of.
That one's a bit of a stretch because people don't like using it other than to replicate other spells, but you could ideally possibly wish the curse off you as well, though typically that spell only works really good on one person at a time.
Hmm.
And,
We only have 82 days remaining.
I was worried you were going to say that. It seemed you were on a time limit to begin with. This is a very strong curse indeed. Well, I'm afraid I can't be more of help, my dear Sheldon, but at least you know you have options.
I appreciate any help you've given so far.
But of course, I'm just grateful to see you alive and in the company of such interesting individuals, if I do say so myself. I'd like to think of myself as an interesting individual, so it seems you attract rather bizarre people in your life.
Oh, you know, being a turtle already is strange enough. I guess that kind of causes strange company as well.
You are not strange, my dear boy. You are unique. And always remember, the most unique people are the best in this world. Why do you think I'm as deranged as I am? People remember a guy like me. And you? I don't know, you always were worried about fitting in with people that you are now similar to, because you are less animal and a bit more man. But I assure you, you will do great things someday. I see it in your future.
So, I think that after this, we will keep going and find that source, and afterwards I'll come and find you again.
Of course, I can't promise I will necessarily be in this city, but the people here still need me for a while, so I'll spend some time here. However, now that I know where you are, and he reaches in, he's like, well, this sucker's a little broken, but... And he puts a little, stone in your hand with a hole in it. This is a one-way sending stone. Alas, you cannot talk to me in it because it is a bit damaged, so it only works one way, but I will always report to you where I am in the world. So when the time comes that you are done with your journey and you are able to find me again, we will make it a lot easier.
Let me just nail that down.
Of course. But, yeah, it's good to see you, and once all this business for both of our lives is taken care of, perhaps we can create a new, non-flammable house somewhere in the world and carry on with our business as usual.
That sounds like a good plan. I look forward to it.
I as well, my dear boy. But as for you, and he pats you on the head, you should get off to sleep. I am going to go back to my tent and handle the duties there, and I wish you a safe and successful journey, and may the gods oversee our paths crossing once again.
Till we see each other again, friend.
Until then, my friend. And he bids you good night. And farewell. Okay. Sketchy's back. You guys put the cat in her temporary room. Daniel, you were going to do something?
The cat's in the cradle with the... Yeah, so as we were kind of walking back to our separate rooms, I kind of just nudged Spastok.
What's going on with you? I know that yesterday was pretty hard, but even when Edison got possessed and went berserk, you didn't do anything.
I don't know. I just haven't been feeling it lately since Zelia. All been very distracting.
I understand what it's like to lose people. It's rough, but you want it to be a great adventurer, right? You looked up to all those people. If you want to be like them, you're gonna have to take those bad things that happened to you and use them as fuel for your fire, and continue to fight on despite everything. That's what makes a hero great.
I look at people like you and Edison. I don't
know if I can be like you.
Everyone has the potential to be great. Even if those who are lost or those who don't know the way, they'll find it eventually. I know we all give you a lot of shit, Spaztok, but honestly, you're capable. You're intelligent. I mean, for Christ's sake, you built this damn thing, and you've done a lot of good so far. You'll come into your own one way or another.
I hope so.
Get some rest. We got a big day tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. You too.
I'll head back to my room then.
I do the same.
Okay. Then if you're all in bed, I guess everybody can long rest.
Wait.
Literally still my stats from last night. So.
Well, yeah, he didn't do anything, so.
I love how basically half the party was on the brink of death again.
I honestly, if it wasn't for absorb elements, I would have been at 5 HP.
Fuck.
Yeah, a devil that strong, you shouldn't challenge him.
That is 100% why I backed down. I was like, nope.
We're not getting out of this one, boys.
Rattle 'em, boys.
I love the fact that my character flew out of a window and fucking landed on his back after his last name is back pain.
I
so
thought that made it a
perfect.
lot more cinematic that you just threw out the window. So,
It is so perfect.
So, it is the next day. So I will say what I always say: 81 days remaining.
Let it be known that those 81 days will be in fear because I am eating ice cream.
Okay.
Makes sense. Yeah.
'Cause he's gonna fart a lot. I don't know. So it is. We'll speed things up a little bit here. It is. Oh, jeez, Joy, you did the thing.
I wasn't here yesterday to do it, so we're back, baby.
All right.
We're
So
fucking back.
the next day, the 5 of you once again are going to leave your now healed up dead companion behind. I like the wording on that. We'll just move you along a little bit. So you head towards the north gate in the city of Alikara. And in the distance, you see what seems to be about 7 large carriages, each with horses. There's a multitude of figures, some in black cloaks that look like they're from the cult. Others are just a couple of soldiers. There's some adventurer-looking people, some commoners and such. It appears this caravan has a lot more people in it than just the cult. So yeah, these 7 large carriages, they will be departing soon, so this is your last chance to plan out what you're going to do.
It's pretty incredible that they managed to pick up all these people. I can't believe they have no idea what they're even walking into.
Well, it's either good trickery or someone's paying these people a fucking fortune.
Mercenaries will do anything for coin. When Spaztok and I originally infiltrated, we found that a lot of the members ended up being just mercenaries hired. That's how we were able to get around. And that's how we were able to get around them and secure our spot. Which reminds me, this is the last chance that we have to decide how we're going to do things. We have 5 full members now, which means we could have a couple of us sneak in. I'm not really sure how we want to divide this, or if we even want to divide this at all. What
Well,
do you guys think?
I'm going to put my hat forward and I'm going to say best course of action would be to have you and Spaztok go and try and infiltrate the caravan whilst Kite, Sheldon and I follow from maybe just off the road until you get to your destination.
What does everyone else think?
At the destination, are we gonna look inside the caravans?
Ideally, once we can figure out where their actual hideout is, it'll be a lot easier since they'll be spreading out and setting up. In fact, Kai, actually, if you're going to be looking for something specific, it might be easier if you come with us. That way you'll be able to get your item.
Yeah, sure. I mean, Do you think they need any? I need to tell them why I'm with you guys, or I can just pretend to tag along with you two? Or
Pilot and I have already
Probably-
Pilot and I have already integrated ourselves into the cult's inner circles, at least somewhat.
Yeah.
If you're gonna come in, you need to come in as an outsider, preferably like a mercenary. If you can figure out how the rest of these people got hired, if it's like forged documentation or whatever it is, that might be something you'll need to do.
I'm gonna be honest. There's literally a guy standing off to the side by the carriages with a sign that says "Mercenaries required."
okay, I'll.
This isn't me shoehorning this in. He's just been here the whole time, and you didn't look at him. So,
Well, there you go.
Well, then in
Yeah.
that case, there you go.
Okay, well, I'm gonna quickly just pretend I'm a mercenary, and then she heads over to the guy with the sign. She's like, "Hi, you're looking for mercenaries? Count
Oh.
yourself your lucky day, cause I'm a mercenary."
do you have any qualifications to speak of?
Yeah, and then she pulls out her ornate dagger. See this? This is a cool dagger. Want to see a cool trick? And then she throws it away out of harm's way of anyone, just like, where there's nothing. And he sees, the dagger shoot away with this yellow lighting around the blade, and then after a certain point, getting, this blue orb absorbing the dagger and it appearing back in her hand. And she's like, pretty cool, huh?
Magical weapon, very impressive. You must be a mighty warrior to be able to attain such an item. Yes.
Oh, well, yes, of course I am.
The job pays 30 silver. All you are tasked with is escorting these caravans safely to their location.
Do we know where we're going?
There is a fork in the road a few days from here. Half the carriages will go one way, and the other half will go another direction. You will be following the ones that go towards Kortal.
Caught up. Okay, sure. Then that sounds like a plan to me.
You will be
So
paid
30
upon
silvers?
arrival. Yes, 30 silver. You will be paid upon arrival of the caravan.
All right. Then do I go anywhere, or do I just stand around here and wait until we leave?
Feel free to just wait around. You please do not inspect any of the carriages. The guards are doing that themselves. Just any points, and there's some like people who look like they're not soldiers, but they have weapons. They look like adventurers and stuff. Please stand over there with the other mercenaries.
Okay. And then she makes her way over there, and then would I pass Daniel and Spaztok while walking over to the other mercenaries?
They're a bit farther back right now, so.
Okay, then she just look at Daniel and Spaztok and quietly give him a thumbs up.
All
Or
right.
sneakily give
I
him a thumbs
will.
up.
All right. Now you're gonna be without your big metal suit again. You worried about that?
Nah. It's cool.
All right. Let's get back in. Hopefully we can find some faces we recognize.
Do you have
That's
any idea though how we can maybe get Fast Talk in?
Let's let me roll perception on the caravan, see if there are any spots maybe we can slip the suit into one of the carts that have already been checked or something.
Okay.
That is a 17.
Okay. So, there's a lot of people around, but they're all pretty busy talking to one another. There's drivers. Nobody appears to be in the carriages right now. There does look like one. It looks like a civilian one, so it's not a cult one. But you do, as someone comes out of it and pushes the cloth that covers the back out of the way, you do see it's almost like a storage one. There's just various items in there. There's a chest. There's a suit of armor. There's some paintings stacked on top of each other, and there's some open space. So nobody, if you're sneaky enough, you could maybe get it in there.
I mean,
Is this a civilian one you said though?
Yes. I mean, there's 7. They're all together. They're all going to be together for a while, but yeah.
For a while, my issue is going to be whenever they split off, that one is more likely going to end up going the other direction.
3 of the 7 are the cult ones, and you can tell because the guards are all over them. So
Yeah, and I'm assuming that means the civilian one's not part of it.
no, I mean it's gonna be on the caravan, but yeah, it will not be following the cult. You can best assume because there's ones the cult members are by and keeping on lockdown, and then there's others that people are just walking in and out of. So
wow.
I mean, as far as anybody is concerned, how suspicious is a big dragon statue going to a dragon cult, right?
My issue is that we need to make sure whatever carriage we put it on, it's going with the cult. This one looks like it's going to be heading in the opposite direction.
Oh. Well. You, in your history of, being a soldier and whatnot, do you know whenever they set up these checkpoints, do you usually search for the contents or the contents and the amount of people traveling with? Say you were to, expect certain goods to arrive that day, would you expect also how many carriages would be carrying the goods?
Good question. King, in my time as a soldier for Alokara, have I ever done any sort of like goods inspections, like checkpoints and all that kind of stuff?
Typically, the inspections are done on carriages coming in, but when things go out, they're also inspected. Yeah, I mean, they'll check to see, like, what's leaving.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Holy
yeah,
shit,
they'll have, like,
major
I'm
brain
assuming
freeze,
they'll,
sorry.
I'm assuming they'll have, like, an itemized list or something like that.
Yeah.
Of, like, what's going in and out and stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, within reason. Like, there needs to be, like, they need to be, like, aware of it, but, yeah.
I'm not worried about getting your suit into the carriage. I'm worried about getting it out whenever we need to follow the cult.
Well, there's nothing to say that it isn't a suit of armor and is just a statue for dragon worshipping needs.
Yes, but my question is, how are we going to get it in with the cult stuff?
I mean, there is a storage container. Actually, hang on, sorry. Remind me, is that storage container, I know you had talked about it.
The
but
one you
also
see
talked
that it
about
can fit in is a civilian one. The cult likely
That's-
won't take it at the fork in the road.
Right, okay. What is the other group doing again? No, we're definitely going in that way. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Alright. Well, if we don't want to leave your suit behind, maybe it's best if me and Kite just go. And you can follow with Edison and Sheldon.
Okay. This is possible. When did you say they are planning on leaving?
Is that
Are you
for
asking
me?
me or are you asking King?
Either or.
Very soon. Like, they're checking. The guards are, like, signing off paperwork, and the gates are starting. Oh, you got, like, like 20 minutes or something,
Oh shit. Okay, right. Yeah, that might maybe be for the best. No, fuck it. We leave the suit.
Why would you leave the suit? What if you need it?
Well, at the moment I'm looking. What options have we got? I mean, Kite has already left, right? That's what I thought.
Yeah,
Kite's over there with...
she's in the
with
mix.
mercenaries.
Yeah, she's waiting for you.
Okay.
Honestly, it might be better if you just stay behind with them. I don't want to lose any potential weapons we could use against them.
Oh, okay. Fine.
Sorry, pilot.
All right. In that case, I will then just walk in with the... Basically, keeping an eye on every cult member in the caravan, seeing if I recognize anybody.
Okay. There's, a good, like, 24 or so of them. There's a lot of guys for just these 3 carriages. Up at the front, you see 2 noteworthy figures. You actually see your buddy, Cyanrath, and he's having a very heated discussion with a scarily familiar black dragonborn.
Oh, there she is. Okay, I will not intrude. I will just kind of like stand in the back, just not like staring at them, obviously, but like kind of
let me just say something real quick. So bear in mind, most of these cult guys, they're just random goons or whatever. Cyanwrath has been fooled into believing you're a willing participant.
Correct.
As of far as you know, because it's just something you would know, which is why I'm saying it, the last time you guys personally encountered Rezmir, she was there when you escaped the prison and sent her minions to attack you, and you fought them off, and then she took off. So you don't know if you have been, put in her favor by someone else or not. So I'm just forewarning you of that she does not know you as ally, or maybe she does. You don't know that. So
that is kind of, well, I guess it would be kind of weird if I did hang back. I guess I don't want to like intrude on their discussion though, as like, you know what I mean?
Right, which is just what I'm saying. Like, you don't, just be wary of her maybe, or not, or you just be like, yo girl, what's up, so.
I think so. I actually still have that mask, right?
Yes.
So actually, I guess because the other cult members are probably like the goons are probably wearing them, right?
As they begin to head out the door, they start to put them on. So
okay, I think at that point I will put on the mask, even though it doesn't hide like all of my features. It will at least like show for a second that I'm not like, like because Rezmir will probably like see me as I walk up, and that will kind of like diffuse the situation. It's like, oh, it's one of the random guards or something. Yeah. And then once I've started, you know what? We'll just go from there. I'll walk up with the mask on.
And you're going up to the two of them or near them anyway?
I mean, not like, again, like not going to interrupt them, but I'm going to stand like, to the side, essentially waiting for my turn.
Okay. So yeah, you can, I guess you can overhear part of their conversation.
You do not need to worry about it, madam. The caravan will get the goods to Castle Neatar. And in due time, the gifts will be passed on to Tiamat. There is nothing to worry about.
Indeed, we better not have to worry about anything. We're already behind schedule enough as it is, those pesky adventures getting in our way. And she actually turns and notices you. You there! Quit standing there with your thumb up your ass and get to work. Oh! Comrade, how are you? and Cyanwrath walks up to you. You know this one. Yes, he is very good, very loyal. He is one of the marked ones. I see, so you have gone against your better judgment and decided the cult is the correct path for you now.
I saw no reason to skirt around it. Besides, at this point,
and I will have kind of just removed my mask at this point,
I know that I can't measure up.
Indeed, no, you cannot. Severin will be pleased to know you are willing to join the Great One. Well, do not disappoint out there.
Pleased enough to remove this mark, perhaps?
That is for him to decide should you ever gain his favor. But for the time being, just behave yourself and follow orders to the 100%. Cyanwrath, I'll leave him in your care. I've had enough of this drabble. Ah, good, I see you left a little kobold behind. Yes, none of them are allowed around here. This is just for us humanoids.
Oh, it's a good thing I decided to leave him behind. Holy shit.
Woo! Uh-huh.
That was close. Can you give me the name of the location that they're heading to?
That's
again?
Castle Neatar.
And I'll need a spelling of that if you don't mind.
Yes, let me find it.
Castle?
I think I still
Naerytar.
Motherfucker.
Well, like the first word is just castle. Like,
I understand how to spell castles.
All right, but then the
It's with a
second
C,
word is
not a K, just so you're aware.
yeah, that's a C. But then the second word is spelled with a
It's in the
N-A-E.
Yeah, he put it. Sheldon put it in there. I didn't know you guys already knew the spelling of it. Did you guys already hear this name once before?
Oh yeah, last session actually, I think.
I went as a little rat fella and I basically
Cattle.
listened.
Cassile.
Yeah, like Sheldon heard it like from a discussion, and then I tortured someone, and I also heard it from them.
Zora redeemed hydrate.
Okay, got it. Well, now we're getting my notes caught up.
I love your notes.
Oh shit.
Notes are caught up.
Fine. Right,
Hi,
cool.
Zora. All right.
I
So,
heard about, I was gonna say, I heard about Anastasia. Sorry to hear about that.
Yeah, it is unfortunate. You know, she was loyal to the cult, but she was given assignment and she failed to return. So that is on her at this point.
You think those adventurers will be much of a threat to us?
I dealt with the one before and I dropped his ass in a handful of hits. I'm not too worried. Should their eyes arrive, I will slice through their bodies like butter if I must. Though, if they don't approach me and continue to pick off the men, let's just say they are thorn in backside.
Well, as long as we're sure. While we're on our way, you did mention the last time I'd spoken to you that if I was ever up for a sparring session, you'd be willing to oblige. It's been a while since I've seen you, so if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to test my skills on you.
Oh ho ho! Indeed, comrade, I look forward to it. But not now. We wait until we camp. Maybe 2 days from now or 3 days from now. Whenever we are situated in middle of road where it is safe.
Sounds good. What do you need me to do in the meantime?
Just keep an eye on mercenary. Make sure none of them try to sneak into our carriages. And he points to the three of them. That one, and this one. Those are ours. We transport goods to Castle Neertar. Until then, we make sure no one touch them.
I will do my best.
Good. Continue to prove yourself. You might even get rank promotion.
That would be an honor.
And then I will head out and start kind of mingling with everyone.
all right. None of the cult members have really any other useful information, so just be like, "Hey man, what's up?" You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
So-
it's really just kind of like basic conversation at this point.
One stood there with a Hawaiian shirt and he goes, "Surf's up, dude."
I won't be addressing Kite or anything like that until we are on the move. But I will have like nodded to her subtly, you know, showing that like I'm in position as well.
Okay, so it's just to catch up. A pilot is not coming with us.
Yes. No.
Okay.
He is going to be with Edison and Sheldon following behind.
Right.
All right. Rezmir does turn to the whole caravan.
Listen up. I will be guiding our way. Let us get moving now. We have much ground to cover.
And so horses, you know, you hear the reins, yak, and they start to take off. The three of you hanging back for a moment, you actually hear in the distance, "Wait! Guys! It's me!" And you see Loidian running. His face is beet red, like he's been trying to catch up to you. "Wait for me! I need to give you something!"
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Sheldon,
Wait!
quickly go put a stop to your friend quick before we get caught.
Loidian!
And he like baseball slides in front of all of you. Yeah, yeah, I wa, yeah, 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 yeah. So, I was down Riverbank, remembered Bjorn, Project, Healing, Castle, Caravan, Dragons. You guys, help me.
I feel like I'm only getting half a conversation here. Sheldon, can you translate?
He remembered that he was helping Bjorn, and I think that he needs us to go to the castle with the caravan to help him heal Bjorn.
And like as you're talking, he's like nodding his head. And remembered item, give you.
I
my
know,
God.
I remember
He
the
is
item.
Bro could have used the item and told us, but no, bro had to sprint towards us, basically collapse from exhaustion, and basically ruin a mission while he had a way to communicate with us.
But you didn't say that in the Sheldon voice.
No, I'm just saying that out of character.
Oh, yeah, he didn't think of that.
Bro could have done that.
This is
Wisdom,
Loidian we're
not
talking
intelligent.
about. Yeah. Wisdom, not intelligent. Yeah.
You do know that you could have just, used that item you gave me. You are now out of breath. probably super exhausted. Still got a full day ahead of you at work. But you didn't think about using the item.
He like sucks in. No, I didn't remember I had that.
My friend, it's been, what, 10 hours? I know I'm a turtle, and I'm a bit slow, but come on, man.
Why do you think I kept you around so much? Not only were you good company, but you remember things I couldn't because I got too much on the brain. You know how this mind works. I can remember 3 things at the same time, and instantly when I think of something else, it pushes something else out of the way. I'm good now. You know, Sheldon, you know better than anybody this body wasn't made for fighting, or running, or swimming, or climbing, or flying, or talking, or no, I'm out. That's pretty much it. It's made for other things, like remembering. It's not made for that either. It's made for very few things, if I'm going to be honest. I don't have the best body. But, and he like yells at, but I remembered. I have an item for you guys. While I was studying Bjorn, and for the record, and he's like spitting as he's like talking. If you remember, yes, the castle that you said you're going to go to, I don't know if it's going to have anything important there, but if you find any rare magical items or info on immortality and such, or demon curses, please look into it for Bjorn's sake. He's a pretty nice guy, and I don't want to let him down. At the same time, he's like, well, I should mention Castle Knights here was originally created by a famous wizard. I don't remember his name. Maybe you'll find that out if you talk to the cult guys. But maybe he could have some secrets in there that I could help study. So that's one thing. 2! There's a second thing! And he's reaching into his cloak, and he pulls out... it's a little glass, like, oval vial, and there's a tiny bit of blue liquid in it. I found this. I gave one to Bjorn, because I found a couple. They're very rare. However, it is a powerful magical liquid. It is a potion of limited immortality. I tried it on Bjorn. It did not help. And I technically would arguably help if I gave him like a dozen of them, but at that point you run the risk of him aging too much and turning to dust. So, if you want, I was going to offer it to you guys, because you probably don't want to drink it now. You can if you want to, but you might want to save it for when you get older. But it's just something, just consider it a gift for not letting me get strangled to death.
Wait, can you run that by me again? What is this, and what does it do? Like...
Oh, it's very cool, it's very cool. Potion of limited immortality. When you drink this potion, you are... I'm just going to read you the description, because he can quote things he's read verbatim, he just can't remember shit. So, when you drink this potion... What?
ADHD.
Yeah. You are overcome with the divine essence of the deity whose life force was used to create it, hence why it's so rare. You can choose any age greater than the age of 13, and you instantly become that age, and then you continue aging normally. So it is a potion often sought by elderly rich people to bring themselves back to their youthful days. Honestly, it's those kinds of people who shouldn't be drinking some of this, and kind-hearted folk like yourselves who should be. But, again, like I said, Bjorn's living hundreds of years. Trying to turn him to 13 did not work. There's a catch, though. So, it's limited immortality. So, basically, once you de-age yourself to a certain age, you would just continue aging along as you would any other time. So, it basically gives you, a couple decades more of your lifespan. However, you can only drink it once. If you drink another one... I don't know. I don't actually remember what the negatives were. I don't even think that book stated what the negatives were. However, it has something to do with aging you quickly. So whatever you do not drink a second one. I'm only giving you the one, but if you find another one, make sure you don't drink 2.
Well, all right then. I guess I'll put this in my bag of holding then. Mighty odd thing to give us, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
It's just something that came along while I was helping him, and he's like, give it to someone you think will use it better. And I thought, who do I know? I don't know a lot of people. I don't have a lot of friends. So I figured one of you guys could drink it. Of course not now, unless you want to be like 14. That'd be kind of stupid. But, if you're like 80 and you remember, hey, my old friend Loidian gave me this potion, maybe I'll drink it and make myself 20 again. Or, or around the age when you started drinking.
All right then. Well, I mean, I guess I will take it then. I'm personally not going to use it, if ever, but I'll keep it on me in case anyone else is tempted by the idea of remaining young.
All right, cool. Why are you guys still standing here? Look, the carriages are getting away. Why are you letting me distract you? I just keep rambling on. It actually reminds me of this one time I went in the middle of the woods and I met a troll.
We just
and the
walk.
Yeah. Okay, bye. See you guys when you come back. And he books it back to the tent. So.
Fucking love it.
Reno, I hope
you
Loidian
know-
was everything you hoped for.
The thing is, I wanted to give you free reign with it, and I fucking love it. What you're doing with it.
Good, good. I was
Hearing
thinking, what am I gonna do?
Hearing
with him?
about Loidian like from Sheldon's perspective did not prepare me at all for this.
Yeah, no.
That's the
neither.
twist.
I anticipated like this wise, gentle soul who just wanted to help people. No, I get fucking House MD on crack.
Yeah.
That's the twist. My notes were just he's his friend, he's magical, he's elven, he's a healer. That's all I really had. So his personality was up to me.
Like, that's what... Like, I love giving you a sort of open-ended thing.
Yes.
And just see what you do with it.
Oh, I love when you guys can get as specific as you want, but I love when you give me open-ended stuff because it lets me get creative. So, and then we get characters like this. So,
I love leaving it open end with King.
It's the same thing with the fucking dog. The dog summon.
Oh, yeah.
The dog stuff was great.
oh yeah, yeah, he had a personality apparently. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
My bad for summoning a dog in a cat house.
yeah, or woof. But yeah, good stuff. All right, so you guys, the three of you, are going to lurk in the shadows, but track the caravan as the other two pretend to be soldiers working in it. Caravan's going to take a few days, but it begins to take off for the first day. So, as you guys leave the city of Elikar behind for now, I'm sure you are to return at some point, and you guys begin to travel in the distance. Off back in the city, there's a man hard at work. He is studying a lot of material, and he's looking quite frustrated. Oh, well, maybe that's how we can get him out. One by one, as all the clients start to get what they want, they'll start siding with me instead. You better have a good reason for coming here. And the door opens up.
Pardon my intrusion, Master Trueblood, but, I don't really know how to say this exactly. Your grandfather, he is unwell.
What is it now? Has the old man finally decided to croak and do us all a favor?
No, he's speaking about, well, perhaps you should just hear it yourself.
For the love of gods. And he enters a room with a handful of other relatives.
Brother, it's about time you showed up.
What is going on here? Grandpa, what are you doing?
You wouldn't believe it. I saw him. I didn't think we'd see him again, but I knew he'd be out there. He was still so kind. And he helped me get home.
What are you talking about, old man? Who helped you get... How the hell did you even get out of here? You should be locked in here for your own safety.
I got lost. I went traveling to get some fruit from the stand.
Grandpa, I told you. You need to handle those things. Let the maids handle those things. That's what we pay them for.
No, it was no trouble. It was really. But then I forgot what street I lived on.
Oh, Father, I really wish you wouldn't do such things.
No, it's fine, it's fine. Believe me, I saw him. He was there, and he was so kind, and it was him, and I told him she was okay.
What are you droning on about?
I told him that his Valerie, she is safe.
What?
I told him that I saw him. It was really him.
Enough of this. Honey, maids, give him his medicine now.
No, I don't want to take that stuff.
It's for your own good, old man.
Get that stuff away from me! I don't want it!
And he slaps like a bottle out of the maid's hand and breaks the glass. Oh, you wretched old bastard. Making up lies. He's not coming back! Brother, is there a chance? No! There is no chance. I will not hear another of this. Valerie is mine to deal with as I see fit now, because she has no one to look after her. I will not hear of this anymore. I have enough to deal with as it is. He's right. It'd be utter lunacy if that was the case. We made sure of it. And that's where we're ending today's session.
Dun, dun, dun.